Hello and welcome to another episode of my Battletech Extended 3025 mod career. And I've been fiddling about in the mech lab just before I started the stream because I had a bunch of weapons to upgrade, update, refit, all of that stuff. So we're currently working on 5 mechs here that, fingers crossed, should all be finished by the time I arrive wherever I'm going to travel to. Speaking of which, I am going to travel immediately. Didn't quite have time to do that before I went live. So, shall we stop by Victoria, see if there's anything there? I don't think there were any missions for us last time we stopped there. Oh, it's only 11 days away. That's a short travel. We'll give it a try anyhow. Hey Grom, how you doing? So, we won't quite finish rebuilding everything. Oh, what's going on? Emperor Krang has got a brilliant idea. Leave it alone. That's my go-to on this. I don't recall ever seeing anything good come of fiddling with the systems like that. Hoping at some point today I'll find a mission I can get away with using the short bow on. Looking forward to giving that a spin. At least once. We've got to use it at least once, haven't we? Right, just checking, because possible lost tech at this location. Nothing that I want to spend money on right now. So let's check the contracts. I mean, we were here fairly recently, but I don't recall there being many contracts at that point in time. So I'm just having a look, see if things have changed. Here we go. We've got one. That's against the Capellans. Oh man, we've been plummeting in rep for that faction recently. If I remember rightly, the last location we were in, all of the missions were against the Capellans, which probably didn't help their mood towards us. Yeah, we're going to do this. It's just one mission. It's not against the Federated Suns or the Free Worlds League. They're the two factions I want to fight the most to find the pieces of mechs that we want. But we've got to take the money where we can. Stay afloat. Right, so that's 4.5 skull polar. Aha. So I don't necessarily have to use my hot environment pilots for a change. So let's bring in some of Team Frosty Reception. Where's Buzzkill? There's Buzzkill. And one more. Choices. Might give Emperor Krang his first outing. The base capture. Yeah, go on. Let's give him a go with his gunnery skill 4. It's not great, is it? Still, hopefully Minobu, Buzzkill, and Sarge can carry him through this. Okay, let's go. What, do you mean the engine for the dropship, Grom? But we'll just keep traveling with momentum. We'll be all right. We'll get somewhere eventually. Oh, now I get you. I was kind of lost on the context of that line. Yeah, no, we definitely don't mess with the ship systems. That wouldn't have been a good start to Emperor Krang's career, would it? Joins the crew, blows up the engine.
Let's get to fighting.
Right, where are we going? Got a garrison here. Where's the base? Is that it, I guess? Yeah, I suppose that's it. Can't run straight down there, so I'm going to have to come this direction.
Move order received. Roger that. Confirmed. Standing by.
Don't know if any of you guys have read the news today or last night. I'm not sure when it broke, but
Sensors have something.
there's a problem with Google Chrome. If anyone's using Google Chrome, update it and restart your machine immediately. There's an exploit in it at the moment, and yeah, you'd be best advised to get that fixed up as soon as possible. Right, what are we up against? 80 tons, 80 tons, 90 tons. Okay.
Yes, boss. Yes, Commander. How's it going?
Actually, let's put Minobu at the front first. Again, the usual idea being that if he takes a bit of damage early on, he can always retreat and fire missiles in from the back later. Ah, okay. So they have a Cyclops. That is the 10Z, so that's going to be giving them constant improved initiative. I guess I should start with this guy then.
Firing all weapons. Commander?
I just want to get everyone into cover now, to be honest. Don't really want to hang around out in the open getting shot at by assault mechs. Nobody wants that.
What's up, boss? Roger. Full speed. Commander! I'm wounded.
Damn. That's quite a nasty headshot there on Minobu.
Waiting for orders.
Oh no, I can't quite make it into cover with the longbow. So we'll just give him some vigilance and sprint instead.
Aye, aye.
He's still got some protection from that. Glad I saved some resolve. Now I need to pull Minnow back off the front line immediately, thanks to that headshot. Don't want to be losing a pilot. At least not in the first mission of the day. Okay, that's Buzzkill. Let's get Buzzkill forwards. Not a whole lot of room in these trees. Triple PPC. Tough choice what to shoot at, really, but I guess I'll take the reduced chances to hit and just keep pounding this Cyclops for now.
Acknowledged.
Sooner I take him out, the better, really, I guess. At least they won't have an initiative advantage that they can use against me, should they choose. He's out in the open. I mean, also, he is packing an AC-20. It's always worth removing one of those from the battlefield, isn't it?
Taking heavy hits, Commander.
Alright,
Receiving you.
Sarge, let's get into some cover. Upgraded the longbow now with the LRMs, so all of its LRM-15s now do stability damage, which is good. I had a few that I'd picked up along the way, only very recently, but
Commander.
they definitely needed to go in as soon as I had the opportunity.
Copy that.
I was quite enjoying the combination of 2 LRM mechs yesterday.
Reporting. Critical hit.
8 LRM-15 launches is a pretty nasty thing to be faced with. Very good for getting the knockdowns and for just chewing things up, I guess.
Receiving you.
Let's get Krang involved. Gonna just try to kill that Cyclops. Not the most accurate shooting ever.
Critical hit, Commander.
But we can't expect too much out of Gunnery 4, can we?
Minimum damage.
And once I get rid of that Cyclops, that PPC armed awesome, what is it, the 8Q, yeah, that's got to go. Oh no, no, new priority. The Stalker 3H enters the ring. Yeah, no, it's got to be the Stalker after that then.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
It would be nice to kill a Stalker before it runs out of ammo for a change. For its LRM-20s. Okay, well, first things first. I want to finish off this Cyclops.
Target confirmed.
There he goes.
One less target. They've got a sensor lock on me. Minimal damage on that hit. Need some.
Okay, let's get Emperor Krang to the front line, I think.
You need to secure the area, Commander. I'm still seeing hostile contacts on screen.
Okay, give him vigilance for some extra protection. Now, now I did say I wanted to prioritize the Stalker next, but we've got this awesome directly in my face. And I don't really want him punching anyone out of their cockpit, so I guess we'll have to smash this guy up. At least until he changes his mind about charging. Hopefully I can persuade him to back off a little bit if I just smash him up.
Firing full complement on him. Commander. Roger. Sweet.
Okay. In theory, this guy could be a relatively quick kill for us.
Moving out.
Now he's on the ground.
Critical hit, Commander.
So I've still got Emperor Krang that I can use,
Ready for order.
which I'm going to do. I'm going to give him Vigilance again. Plod forward a little bit more. Keep him on the front line. He's completely healthy at the moment. He's got the most damage mitigation right now. I'm hoping he can finish off these last 69, or was it 67 hit points. There we go. CT destroyed. Good. Well, he would have been my third priority target after the Stalker, if he wasn't right up in my face anyway. There we go, lots of protection for Emperor Krang. He's going to be just fine. I do now really want to take out that Stalker if I can.
Let's do this. On my way.
Because those things kick out a lot of damage.
Giving them everything I've got. Took a hard hit there. Orders.
My orders, Sarge, are for you to smash the crap out of this Stalker, please. He's still unsteady, which is great, so we will be knocking him down with this volley.
Ready for orders. Acknowledged. Roger.
Still got quite a way to go before we finish him, although that certainly must have helped. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 63 hit points remaining.
Yes, Commander.
Again, I think perhaps we can just finish this with Emperor Krang.
Locked on target.
That should do it. That didn't do it. He must have only hit with one weapon in the CT. I thought it looked like he got two, but I guess one of those was just opening up a side torso or something. Okay, that hurts. Now I'm wishing I'd put Vigilance on him. I thought, we don't need it this time around. This guy's dead. He's not going to fire again. Yeah, no. Apparently we didn't hit the CT at all. Brilliant.
Receiving you.
That's what I get for relying on rookies. Still, they got to start somewhere, haven't they?
Target's taken a critical hit.
Oh, no. Oh, 120 damage. That is one hell of a punch. And the small laser as well. Wow. Now, where did that hit? Ooh, right torso. Looking bad. Okay. Well, we still need to finish this Stalker off, so I guess we'll just crack on with that before I start worrying about that awesome, but damn, that hurt.
Copy that.
Okay, Stalker down.
Target eliminated.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks Looks like enemy reinforcements.
No, we're not ready for reinforcements. Well, I suppose we're more ready than we usually are for reinforcements, but what I mean is, at the moment, my most smashed up mech, which is now Emperor Krang's King Crab. Wow, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Emperor Krang's King Crab is still on the front line, and I want someone else on the front line now, considering the state of that right torso. Don't want to be losing all my good stuff. Yeah, I know. It's a quiet start today, isn't it, Grom?
Receiving you.
Perhaps it's a lazy Friday for everyone. I'm going to reserve Buzzkill. Oh no. Oh no. Is he going to punch someone else now? No, no, he's not. He's actually shooting. Whew. I don't mind him shooting. He's not going to one-shot anyone out of their cockpit from shooting. Although, that being said, Minobu's armor is not great on the head. Right. We've got work to do here, boys. Let's get him knocked down. That's right, Empower, it did. It had me really, really worried when I saw him running up to Emperor Krang. I think that's Krang's first mission for us as well. Always a little bit nervous for my pilots on their first mission out. Ever since Nexus.
Ready to get it on. Here it comes.
Still, this guy is going to be on his back very shortly. We've got two King Crabs. Hopefully between them we'll be able to finish him off. Okay, what have we got? 80-ton tank and something unknown in the reinforcements. Yeah, that's right, Empower. Still, Nexus is still the only dead pilot. Poor guy. Why am I doing precision strike? Don't need to do that. He's on the floor. Don't get any extra bonus from doing it. Just in case anyone was wondering, there is no point to using it. Just kind of absent-mindedly did it there. R.I.P. Nexus. That's right.
Waiting for orders.
And it was his first mission as well. He died on his first mission.
Roger that.
All machine guns do your work. Awesome. There we go.
Mech destroyed.
Right, so now we don't have to worry about this guy in our face. Two 80-ton vehicles. There was a mech. I definitely saw a mech. And I would guess that there's something else as well.
Aye, aye.
Right, now, where am I going to go with Buzzkill? Let's move him along here.
Coordinates received.
And we'll sensor lock. Ah, okay, so three 80-ton vehicles and some kind of mech.
Got a lock.
Shouldn't be too much of a problem with the combination of sensor lock and two indirect fire capable mechs at the back.
On my way. Here we go.
Oh, it's a 100-ton mech. I wonder what that's going to be.
Something you want done? Firing full complement on the enemy.
I wish I'd brought our brand new Atlas out on this mission, considering we've ended up fighting a lot of this engagement at brawl range. The Atlas with a couple of AC-20s would have come in very handy.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, I'm just going to continue to back Krang away. Don't want him to lose that side torso. And he had nothing he could shoot anyhow.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, that's annoying. The only position I can get a direct line of sight to the enemy from is if I'm willing to move out of my cover. Which, let's face it, with probably both of those guys packing dual AC-20s, there is no way I'm moving Buzzkill out of cover right now. So what I'm going to do instead is pop Vigilance on him, so he's even better protected. And then we're just going to Sensor Lock. Sensor Lock that guy. Another Devastator. Okay.
Yes, Commander. Waiting for orders.
Just keep smashing them up. Wow, Heat's actually had time to rise up quite a bit now. Gotten away with firing so much so far thanks to the environment, but it's now time to start switching weapons off. And of course these pilots don't have coolant vents, so I can't just drop all the heat before I engage the 100 tonner. I'm going to have to do it the old fashioned way and give him a turn of bracing to lose the heat at some stage, I think.
Commander?
Gonna reserve Buzzkill this time.
Waiting for the right move.
Another Demolisher. This one with machine guns. Yeah, I'm gonna use Buzzkill this time, I think. So we'll give him Vigilance. And we do actually have a line of sight to this guy, so let's go nuts. Good stuff. Got him in one.
One more for the trash heap.
Okay, so now all of our remaining efforts can be put into this 100 tonner. It's a king crab.
Waiting for orders.
Well, the strategy remains the same. Fire an absolute ton of missiles.
Firing.
Hope to knock him down and then start smashing his center torso.
Ready to get it on.
I mean, I could try to farm him for salvage, I guess. Oh, I can just about get away with 4 again. Let's do it.
Taking the shot.
But to be honest, I've got enough king crabs now. I think 2's plenty. I'm not too fussed about deliberately going out of my way to salvage this one.
Roger that.
I was hoping it was one of the rarer Atlas variants when I saw it was a 100 tonner. I'd quite like to complete the Atlas RS, for example. That's one I wouldn't mind grabbing. But we'll have to wait. Ah, hold on. Well, since you're down, I may as well shoot your leg.
Engaging with target.
Oh, I shot the wrong leg. I didn't want to completely blow the leg off. I just wanted to damage it so that when he stands up again, I can blow it off. Never mind. I should have shot the more armoured leg. Ouch. Also should have done vigilance. I'm not very awake yet. Not thinking straight, am I?
Commander.
Still, we're getting through this mission very easily, courtesy of these missiles. Just ridiculous.
Critical hit, Commander.
How many types of king crabs are there? I think in 3025, which is when this mod starts, there's only one. But there could be more coming in the future. I certainly know in the future of Battletech there are more variants of king crabs that exist. But right now, where we're at in the game, I believe there's only the one.
Locked on.
But it's a pretty versatile chassis in terms of weapon hardpoints that you can do. You can do a lot of wildly varied and different things with it.
That's a kill.
Yeah, I just went for the CT kill in the end. Thought, no, sod messing around with this.
On my way.
Just get to the mission
Moving to position.
location and then we're good to go. Because what I really want to do is travel back towards the Free Worlds League space today. Hopefully arrive there sooner rather than later and start the search for the thug again. Because thugs aren't that uncommon, you know, they're supposed to show up fairly regularly for Marek, so I don't think we'll have to put too much more effort into searching for one. And we do of course only need one single piece
Heading out.
to complete a whole thug. Right, good to go. So Minobu picked up a 12-day injury. That's fine. He'll be fixed up by the time we arrive at the next location. Now, what do I want to take here? Whoa, look at all those improved AC-20s. There were a lot of AC-20 armed things in that mission though, weren't there? Yes, I could take a piece of king crab and a piece of that cyclops. Just so, you know, one day we'll complete one of those that can sit in storage. I'm not a fan of using them personally, as I keep saying. And fingers crossed we roll an AC-20. We did roll an AC-20. Nice. Oh, and a piece of awesome as well. So that will give us something else to sell, I believe. Next time I hit a financial emergency, that will come in handy.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Alright, we'll send that awesome straight to storage. And somebody's leveling up. I guess it would be Emperor Krang, since that was his first mission, but we'll check the others as well. Buzzkill can get a couple of points in piloting.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Emperor Krang, here we go. Now what do I want for skills on him? I'm going to save some more. I think I'll go for Call and Vent again. I love Call and Vent so much. I do like having a lot of pilots with that.
How's it going?
Minobu's still saving to max out his gunnery. And Sarge, can he buy another point in piloting? He can. Awesome.
Mech warrior training complete.
Right. It's time to travel. Okay, I'm going to stop by near me. That's 22 days away. Former Star League presence as well. Possibility of lost tech. Just let's not forget, I'm still looking for another ton of Gauss ammo so I can re-equip the Gauss rifle we were using previously. But after losing that ton of ammo, reducing us down to 1, I don't feel it's worth having on a mech right now. But 1 more ton of ammo, and it's usable once more.
Job's done, Commander.
Okay, so we've got another financial report hitting, but it's alright, we're not looking too bad for funds at the moment.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
We've arrived at our destination, Commander.
Okay, checking for lost tech. the only weapons the shop stocks are missile based apparently. No Gauss ammo, never mind. Let's check for contracts. They're going to be lunar environment ones, no my luck as well at this location. Oh, there we go. Base destruction, lunar. Mission for the Free Worlds League. I suppose it's not so bad to do a bunch of missions for them, build up the rep before I knock it down again by taking as many missions against them as I can. Oh, the Capellans are not going to like me. Oh, this could be awkward because the Capellans might actually have some missions on offer against the Free Worlds League for me soon. And I'm not going to be able to take the high level stuff with the rep being bashed down so much. Okay, well, we're going to do this anyhow, but I might have to do some rep recovery for the Capellans, which could mean at this stage having to, if I knock it down even more, having to do 3 skull missions for them. Still, it's not such a bad thing to have an excuse to do some lower level missions every now and then, just for a change, and potentially see some different mechs. Right, bringing out the hot environment pilots here has to be done for a 5 skull lunar, and what do I want to do? Thinking about maybe bringing an Atlas. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Sticking with the longbow at the moment, just because I'm enjoying it. for the meantime. It's not really that often that I get to have an excuse to use 2 LRM mechs in a lance. And with the longbow being all shiny and new, it's kind of fun seeing that on the battlefield.
Command interface initiated.
Oh, here we are. My least favourite environment to fight in, I think. The Lunar. Just because of the complete lack of cover, really. Trying to figure out my approach. Well, that looks like the approach will be straight down the middle.
Affirmative. Copy that. Moving to position. Position confirmed.
Moving cautiously now, because I thought I was going to trigger something with that move, but I guess I'm still a little bit too far away. But I'm going to continue just moving and bracing. Because, I mean, nobody wants to take
Aye, aye.
a full volley or a full round of damage to an unbraced mech before things kick off. I guess they're pretty deep.
Roger.
Been a while since we've done this map, but I do remember it. And I expect there'll be reinforcements on it. So obviously there's some mechs around this area here, but often there'll be some reinforcements get dropped off back there and move along this kind of ridge, if you can call it that.
Move order received.
Not the most thrilling thing with my super cautious crawl forwards, but better to be safe than get absolutely hammered. Alright, here we go. Now we've got an engagement. So what was that, 70 tons? Yeah, 70 tons. And we see a turret. So first things first, I'm gonna move the Atlas forward a bit.
Affirmative.
Use what little resolve I have to give him vigilance so he's protected. Then we're going for a sensor lock on this first turret.
Sensors locked
It's
up.
a heavy sniper turret. Definitely glad I locked that. We'll be removing that as soon as possible. And the first mech that shows up is a Warhammer. Okay. And that's why I used the vigilance as well. Get some protection.
Receiving you.
Right. Time to start kiting away already.
I copy.
Let's get Ryland shooting at this sniper turret. Oh, that's the classic one hit point. It is. Oh dear. Right. Doyle can back away and finish that turret off, I guess. We're not going to need the ballistics for this job, so we'll just fire the 2 large lasers. Only need one of them to scrape it, and then we're done. And that frees up Grom to fire all his missiles at that Warhammer. Just set him up for some stability damage. Ah, breaching shot. Not a massive cloud of missiles though, thankfully. Something back here's got breaching shot. Can't deal with it yet because we can't see it. We'll have to keep a mental tab on that. Okay, so as I said, Grom is now going to go and spam all the missiles at this Warhammer. Well, luckily they're still shooting at Catch, which is kind of alright at the moment because he's the only one with any kind of damage mitigation. But I did spot that they sensor locked Gromulus, so that had me a little bit concerned. I guess it's run out now. They didn't make the most of that. I'm kind of glad. So there's an 85-ton mech there. Right, what are we going to do here? I'm going to reserve Catch.
Waiting for the right move.
AI's reserved, fair enough. Not really sure that's in his favour right now. I think that's a poor move on the AI's part because that's just going to allow me to add further stability damage to this Warhammer.
Firing a full salvo.
Now this will only make him unsteady, and then I assume he'll move and drop a bit of stability damage, or he'll end up full-on bracing and not shooting. Either thing I'm fine with. If he braces, he'll lose all the stability damage, but he won't be able to shoot. What did he do? He did neither. He didn't shoot and he didn't brace. Instead, he sprinted. I mean, that's not such a terrible thing. That is an absolute massive amount of evasion. But I don't need too many missiles to connect to actually remove that evasion entirely by knocking him down. So I'm going to have a crack at doing that with Grom. So not great chances to hit. And I don't want to use my resolve on precision strike. In a lunar environment, I feel you're better off just using all of your resolve on vigilance, so you get at least some protection for your guys on the front line. So I'm just going to fire with the chances I've got, because I don't need that many missiles to connect to actually knock this guy down. And then he won't have any evasion once he hits the floor.
Reporting. Critical hit.
That being said, though, I'm not convinced I'll actually be able to get line of sight with either of my other two mechs to finish this guy off. But at least we know he's pretty messed up. Maybe I can get line of sight. Okay, it's not so bad, is it? Yeah, let's go here. So just going for the quick kill on this guy, just aiming for CT. Down he goes.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Now I'm not sure what this 85-tonner is. I think it sensor locked me. I'm not sure that was actually a turret that did it. I think it was possibly this guy. So he might be a battle master, because I'd have thought if he was a stalker, probably would have shot me up instead. Now I can get the Atlas line of sight to him, but obviously with the Atlas being a brawler, what I can't do is get my weapons in range. So I'm thinking of going for a vigilance sprint. I mean, obviously I have the option of just moving and bracing. And that's fine, you know, he'll have some damage mitigation. But if I actually do vigilance and sprint, he gets even more survivability because I'll have more evasion pips, in theory. Hold on, so I've got 3 for doing that. And yeah, you only get 1 for doing the move. So I did already pop vigilance, didn't I? I don't remember now. No, I'm not sure I did. Yeah, let's make sure we've done it. Hopefully I didn't double spend there, but...
Warning. Enemy reinforcements Reinforcements detected.
Oh crap, reinforcements arriving already. And that, I definitely saw a longbow there. I don't like how it reveals stuff there. I swear it's not on purpose, but
Warning. Enemy sensor
sometimes the
weapon
game does
detected.
show you what you're up against when they're landing. And you're not supposed to be able to see them. Okay, they've sensor locked Doyle. Not good. He's not got any protection right now. And they've got a lot of turrets. Ouch.
Warning. Armor
So far, we've only destroyed one turret. We did see that 85 tonner was a longbow in the end, not a battle master. And we've got a 70 tonner and a 75, and then over here more stuff. One of which is definitely a longbow that we saw. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to take out a turret first?
Yes, Commander.
This is pretty risky. Catch is going to be right in amongst the biggest part of danger. So surrounded by a longbow, an Orion, and a grasshopper, and all these turrets around. But the reason I've done this is I'm thinking, oh, I can possibly just smash this turret in one go if he doesn't miss with anything. And taking out one more turret would be handy. Plus, he's also at the same time providing line of sight to other targets for me, which means I don't have to use sensor lock right now. This is going to be a painful turn for Catch,
Minimal damage on
but
that
also it should be a painful turn for the enemy. And my next target will be that longbow.
hit. Barely a hit, Commander. I can't take much more of this.
Oh, ouch. Yep, so as predicted, Catch had a painful time there.
Ready for orders. Heading out.
I'm going to vent some heat now. And then, as I said, I'm just going to focus everything on this longbow this round.
Locking in.
And
all
by
weapons.
everything, I probably just mean both LRN mechs, because I'm not sure I'll be able to get to see him with the others. Hey Gal, how you doing? Yeah, Call and Vent's awesome for this kind of environment.
Standing by.
It's one of my favourite skills. Well, after Bulwark, it's my second favourite skill.
Acknowledged.
It drops you by a base of 50 heat, and then for 2 rounds after that, you gain an extra 8 heat per round.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
But it's a net gain of heat loss overall. I find it worthwhile. The main reason I like it is because there are times where you just really need to fire one more alpha strike at the enemy. And if you're already hot, you can't do it. But if you've got Cool and Vent, you just lose the heat, fire that one more alpha, get a target finished off. Okay, hopefully finish this longbow. That's good. Yeah, so you take an extra 8 heat for 2 turns, and then it takes 4 turns to recharge before you can use it again.
Standing by.
Okay, now I'd rather not be losing that arm from catch. So what's going to happen now is we're going to back away. And aim my right side towards the enemy as I go.
Affirmative.
Keep giving them vigilance. And I think I'm going to go for a precision strike as well. Just see if I can get a lucky finish of this guy before he even gets started. Ah, no, I mean, that looked good though. Yeah, we definitely hit him in the CT. Again, the AI choosing to ignore the Atlas and shoot the King Crab behind it, but King Crab's got no damage mitigation, but I'm kind of glad because he's got a lot more armor than my Atlas right now. Alright.
Receiving you.
Still continuing to keep the distance with my LRM mechs at the moment. I'm probably going to need to make use of their armor later on. What's that guy got? He's got 100 hit points on the center remaining. Right, we're going to have to reduce some of our firepower here. Okay, so we'll just go with 2 LRM-15s. Should be enough to knock him down. I think he was already unstable. Yeah, there we go. So that should make finishing him off a lot easier. Because I can get cool shots in without having to use resolve for it. And or he's just going to stand up immediately. That's always possible. Damn it. All that work. He's definitely going to shoot the Atlas. There we go. Just don't hit the left side. There we go. That's fine. Catch's armor not looking too great right now. It's alright. For the second part of the fight, Catch can definitely sit out of trouble and use sensor lock to provide line of sight for my LRM mechs if needs be. Right. I think we'll continue shooting the Grasshopper.
On it. Critical hit, Commander. They've got a sensor lock on me.
Okay, I'm moving Doyle forwards because I think Catch has exhausted his time on the front line now and needs to have a bit of a break. Doyle's got plenty of armor still. The AI has twisted his least damage side towards me, which is annoying, but smart move. So I'm just going to have to shoot. Well, apparently everything hit that leg, so he's down again.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Those heavy sniper turrets are pretty nasty. But we can't afford to take them out yet. And let's not forget, there are reinforcements coming in as well. Reinforcements that included at least 1 longbow.
Good to go.
I've got a bit of a dilemma here. What I'd really like to do with this Atlas is just sprint him out of trouble and behind this King Crab, but if I do that, the very next thing the AI might do is stand this guy up, for all I know. So I'm feeling like I'm kind of forced into just walking backwards a little bit and shooting, making the most of my opportunity to nail that guy while he's down. And I'll have to use my resolve on giving the Atlas even more protection. One more turn of it anyway. Okay, here's an example of coolant vent coming in handy for that one more alpha that you need to do. There you go.
Locking in. All weapons.
Just to make the most of that situation.
Enemy down.
The Atlas is damaged enough. There's the left arm's open, and I don't want to lose the +10 damage medium laser that I've got in that left arm. I've got another one in the right arm as well, and because I'm having to hide. Oh, there you go. Look now he's opened up my ballistic torso. I would argue the Atlas is in a very bad way because I don't want to lose equipment ever. You want to try to avoid that as much as possible. The Atlas is not in a good state right now. Push Doyle up though, and pop vigilance on him, and start work on this Orion. I'm going to have to switch off just one large laser, and I've got the machine guns in range, which is nice. Grasshoppers are pretty decent, yeah. They're not so good if you've got 4 assault mechs shooting at them, though. Nothing is.
Ready for orders. Position confirmed. Confirmed.
Commander?
I disagree, Gao. I think the best way for me to protect that Atlas is to try to move him out of line of sight so that the turrets shoot at something else. And luckily the turrets are shooting at Doyle right now.
Damage minimal.
Because I've only killed 1 turret so far. And let's not forget there's the reinforcement lance as well. So yeah, plan is working out though. They're shooting Doyle instead, which is what I wanted. If those 2 things that just fired just now had ploughed into the Atlas, I'd probably have lost my 2 AC-20s and a +10 damage medium laser all at once. I'm losing this side torso, I think.
Commander?
Right, gonna keep backing up. In vigilance again, and need to switch things off. What am I going to be able to fire? Single AC-20. Is that enough? Those cats are always trying to steal your food, Grom. Right, still backing away bit by bit. Now what I'm banking on here is that I just kill this guy and then the enemy won't have any line of sight to me anymore. Although they could sense a lock with a turret. That's always possible. But I don't have any more resolve to play with anyhow, so I can't use vigilance. So my options would be... Hang on. I do still have my LRM guys. Yeah, no, I need to kill this guy now, don't I? Because the longer he's up, the more chance there is that my Atlas will get shot at again. So I'm going to go for this. Come on, machine guns, do your work. There we go.
Enemy mech destroyed.
What's up, boss?
Right, now it's time for my missile guys to take over at the front. So I'm going to start moving them forwards.
Standing by.
These guys so far are completely untouched.
Confirmed.
Having two fully armoured up assault mechs to use is going to come in very handy.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, now I need to move Catch in a way that still allows him to get the sensor lock. That's not going to do it. What about that? Yep, that'll do it.
Heading out.
So I'm going to sensor lock this guy, remove some evasion, but it also means that I don't need to keep Doyle so far forward to get line of sight. So Doyle's going to back up as well, and we're just going to try to kite this Lance further away from the base turrets. We'll have to deal with the turrets later.
Engaging target.
Ready for orders.
Oh, good. Coolant vents ready again. So that means I can fire a full volley from Gromulus.
Go. Ready for orders. Got it.
Damage minimal.
He's pretty messed up now. Time for that handy coolant vent again. And I might actually just go for a precision strike here. Try to wreck this CT. There he goes. Victor down.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yeah, you see how handy that is. There you go. I love that ability. I like to picture that my mechs have an entire tank of it. Like, maybe it's just filled one of the legs. There's an entire leg filled with coolant, so I can use it forever. Right, what am I going to do now? Let's get people repositioned. So I want the LRM mechs, weirdly enough, at the front now, but that's because they've got all the armor. And we'll use this opportunity to lose heat. I'm going to assume that the rest of this reinforcement lance will keep trying to advance on me at some point, but for now, I'm quite happy to just sit here until I've lost all of this heat. This environment is obviously brutal and unforgiving in terms of being able to lose heat. I've still got at least 3 mechs and a bunch of turrets left to kill. Here we go. So, there's the next target.
Ready.
So once more, we'll be going for the sensor lock. Not from there, I won't. What about there? Nope, need to move forwards a little. There? Yeah, looks good to me. Ah! I didn't see you. Sneaky. Have to keep an eye out on that.
Roger that.
But first things first, let's sensor lock this guy. That is the longbow. Cool. I'm glad I've picked up that guy because the longbow obviously has a nasty amount of firepower in it, but also doesn't have that much armor.
Copy that.
So I should be able to smash him up relatively quickly, even with just my LRM mechs. The coolant is the pilot's sweat, says Alte. Man, I must have some really sweaty pilots then, the amount of coolant I use.
Receiving you.
Yeah, no, I don't need to bum rush turrets, Gal. Not at all. Turrets are best taken out with the combination that I'm using right now to take out the mechs, which is sensor lock, and then just shoot the crap out of them from long range. That way they never get to shoot back at you. There's absolutely... Bum rushing turrets is a bad idea. Especially if some of them turn out to be shredder turrets as well, that are packing AC-20s.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Okay, so... He's still looking fairly healthy, but his stability is not great. So he's going to get knocked down soon enough. I think it's time to start going for precision strikes. Already used one last round on the Victor. It went pretty well. Let's go for another one here. Ooh, so we've knocked him down and opened up his CT, so he should be a very easy finish. I play a whole bunch of different ways, Gal, because there are so many ways you can play this game.
Losing armor.
But if you watched my Flashpoint playthrough on vanilla, I will have used a lot of brawlers, because against the AI on vanilla, they don't handle brawlers well, and you can pack a whole load of firepower and just wreck stuff, as you said. But on this mod, the AI's been tweaked, so it's a bit smarter. And I find long range approach is more effective. But also, like I said, I've played a bunch of different ways. At the moment, I've got 2 LRM mechs in the Lance. That's not what I've been using the whole time. I've gone through phases of using PPCs. Now, I don't think we're using any. There's not a single PPC in the Lance right now. I just tried to do different things to keep it interesting, you know? You don't want to see me do the same thing day in, day out, do you? So I try to use different mechs and different weapon loadouts. So as I said, there's so many ways of playing this game. So many different ways of being successful at it. And I did bring some brawlers out 1 or 2 streams ago, just for fun. I even brought a jump jet mech as well, and I hardly ever use those. I'm not a massive fan of jump jets. I think it's just a waste of tonnage that could be spent on weapons or heat sinks.
Waiting for orders.
But we made use of one of those as well. Right, so I've got an awesome AQ there with PPCs. I don't know what that is. That's further away. I've got to deal with this flanking guy because he's going to cause me problems. I don't want him shooting at my already damaged 2 assaults back there. Alright, let's give Ryland vigilance. I think he's going to end up being the obvious target for this guy. But now what? Alright, I'm going to go precision strike as well. Again, this is not for particularly hitting any location. This is just because I want a better chance to hit. And I want to try and unsteady him to reduce this evasion. Eventually knock him down and completely remove the evasion. Oh, there you go. Now he's unsteady. He's lost all the evasion, as you can see. And he's still shooting at my Atlas.
Internal damage.
See, vanilla AI wouldn't have done that. But this AI is an asshole. My Atlas is in a very bad way. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Now what? I want to knock him down.
Waiting for orders.
I also want to keep him as far away from the other stuff as possible. What state is this guy in? He's nowhere near killable yet. You know what? Sod that then. Atlas has got more armor on the rear than anywhere else at the moment, so I'm just going to turn and run. I think this is the best move for the preservation of catch right now. Damn those sniper turrets! They're such long range.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Yeah, I can recover the Atlas if I eject, but I'm not ejecting. There's no need for that. That's a drastic measure for use only in the direst of circumstances if a pilot's about to die. But there's no need. I can just run away. Plenty of armor left on my other mechs as well, and he can still be useful. That guy Catch has got sensor lock, so even if he's hiding at the back, they'll lose attention on him. They'll forget he exists, and as long as I keep him out of sight, I can still keep sensor locking with him for the rest of the battle. And he'll come in handy when I get to the turrets as well. He'll just sensor lock those for the others to shoot.
Good to go. On it. I'm under heavy fire.
He's not in a good way now, is he? We got this. Right, so now Catch is far enough away. I'm going to move him forwards again and sensor lock that guy. Yeah, that should be enough.
Move order received.
So just going to remove
Sensors
all of
locked
his
up.
evasion with that. So there's no way I can contribute to the fight from back here with two AC-20s. They don't reach that far.
Orders.
But what I can do
Roger.
is remove the evasion so it's easier for the rest of my guys to hit him. Again, I'm going to have to switch off weapons here. I can still fire 2 LRM-15s. That's still a pretty damn respectable amount of damage.
I'm showing minor damage.
Definitely need to kite backwards even more because I don't know how far I'm going to have to go to get out of the range of the AC-2s though. AC-2s have got an absolutely massive range. It's going to be very difficult. Okay, going for the precision strike on this guy's CT with the 2 AC-10s now. I think only one actually hit the centre. Oh, if they'd both hit, he'd be dead right now.
Ready.
Need to finish this guy off, really. There we go. That'll do it.
Enemy mech destroyed.
So now,
Yes, Commander. Ready for orders.
I can afford to back off with Grom. He's really hot. I'm gonna maybe only be firing 1 LRM-15 this round. Yep. Still 2 turns away from another coolant vent.
Commander.
Keep back and Catch away as well, and keep sensor locking. And this will allow Ryland to back off and out of sight now as well.
Yes, Commander.
Probably only temporarily.
Position confirmed.
Oh man, really? Ryland can only fight. Ah, right. In that case, I think I'll just brace Ryland this round. We'll lose some heat.
Good to go. Got a lock.
There's some extreme assault mech kiting here.
Standing by.
If there was any cover in this environment, this would have been over long ago. I wouldn't have to keep running away like this. Man, look how far away from the base I am now. Just absolutely miles away. And I'm pretty sure the turret that's shooting there is that one. Look at the range on those AC2s. It's absolutely massive.
I'm here.
I think they're the longest range weapon. Did we get him? I think we got him.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yeah, nice. Ammo explosion. Whew, right. That's over. Now we've just got to kill the base turrets, and that's easy. They're not going to get to see us.
Copy.
Just going to sensor lock them. And smash them with missiles.
Confirmed. Coordinates received. Acknowledged.
Okay.
Orders.
Can't quite get in range to sensor lock them yet.
Location confirmed. Receiving you.
We have buildings we can blow up in the meantime. I need to kill 2 buildings, don't I? So it makes sense to blow up 2 medium buildings. They're the easiest.
Target acquired.
Enemy structure is weakening. Structure down. It's history.
Standing by. Firing.
It's time to bug out. Get to the LZ for extraction.
Target destroyed. Commander. Standing by. Acknowledged. I've got a sensor lock. Waiting for orders.
Lost count of the amount of times I've got use out of that coolant vent now. But like, I mean, if you prefer other skills, but you've got plenty of pilots, I do recommend having a full lance that has that ability, just for when you have to fight lunar and Martian and desert environments. It comes in really handy. Did that turret get nailed in one? Yes, it did. Okay. In that case, this one should be going down. I fired it with my last 2 mechs. Shouldn't be a problem.
Engaging target.
Standing by. On my way. Confirmed.
eliminated.
Mission successful.
Well, that's a relief. I was very concerned for Catch. Well, less so for Catch. I think he was just fine, but I was worried about the two AC-20s that he might have lost. But we managed to pull him off the front lines in time. Got a good amount of bonuses out of that as well. Decent haul of cash. And yeah, nothing was actually destroyed or lost, so easy repairs. Look at... Well, you can see who I was using with the precision strikes to finish stuff off from the kill list there. So you don't expect the LRM mechs to get many kills, but they provide kills for everyone else so effectively by knocking things over, wrecking their stability. And then of course Catch was doing the sensor locking, so stands to reason this King Crab's going to do the most in terms of finishing things. Right, let's have a look, see what weapons are up for grabs. That could be useful. Okay, we'll take that. And what should I take for mech parts? I could finish off a Victor. Got one of those. Got one of those. Don't really need anything else. Did I ever build a whole one of these? I can't even remember. Or a whole one of these? I don't know. Well, we'll take a piece of Awesome 8Q. The only thing I'm really excited about here is that LRM-15. And stick that in the longboat.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Okay, let's fix up this Atlas. That'll take 3 days. But we are travelling anyhow. If I remember rightly, there was only one contract for me to do here. Yep, that's right. Okay, let's have a look where we're going to go to. Either of these places are possibilities. Gonna go for Principia because hopefully that's not another lunar world. It's only 14 days away. Nice and close. And there's a black market, so maybe we'll see something cool there.
All hands prepare for transition to thrust gravity.
That work order you submitted?
Alright, while we're travelling, I'm going to upgrade the longbow as well. Since we've got a slightly better LRM-15. I've already got full stability damage LRM-15s in it, but this one comes with 50% crit as well. So we'll rip that out, chuck that in, and we're good to go. It's only going to take 2 days. Like a Jenner. Yeah. Maybe.
Right.
You might see one in a store at some point. I really do want to find a Jenner F though, Alto. I wanted to find a Raven as well. We've seen a Raven, at least we saw a Raven in this playthrough. Just one, once, because that's how rare they are at this part of the timeline, but we saw one, but I never did see the Jenner F. Another super rare light I saw actually. I mean, this isn't from MechWarrior Online, but it was the Blazing Inferno, which is a commando that's got an absolute ton of support slots and laser slots, and it was just crammed with small lasers and medium lasers. Pretty scary to encounter, and I think we got like a piece of it. Decline, send compliments. So, you know, Minobu's in high spirits. Awesome. Yeah, I'll just have a look now because I think I picked up a piece of the Blazing Infernal, but I'd love to get a whole one of those. I know it's only a 25-ton commando, but I just like the idea of the amount of lasers you can cram into it. So let's have a look. So we got 5-star Ks, 5-star H, Jenna D, Panther, Javelin, 2 types of Javelin, Spider, Irby, Commando. Here we go. Now we're on the Commandos. There it is, the Blazing Infernal. The Commando 2D BI, dubbed the Blazing Inferno. This variant of the 2D chassis removes all the missiles and instead adds 3 more medium lasers and 6 small lasers, along with an extra ton of armor. So look at that, 4 energy hardpoints and 8 support slots. So like, you could, in theory, just cram 8 small lasers in it. And that's going to be a great mech for ripping the backs off of things, isn't it? But yeah, I only ever encountered it once, and I only managed to get 1 piece of it. But I'd love to get a whole one. I never got a whole Wasp either. Did get a whole Stinger. Although I'm going to be using those at this stage. 20-ton mechs. Grom says, just remember I called dibs on that Atlas. Which Atlas? What, the Atlas D? The Brawly Atlas? I can give you a run in it at some point, I'm sure. I really wanted to finish off an Atlas RS as well. What else we got? Got 3 different types of charger. The Charger SB, the Charger 1A5 and the Charger 1L. I think the 1A5 is the one you can actually fit some stuff in. Oh, hold on, the SB. The SB you could probably fit a lot in. Look at its movement, that's slowed right down. So the 1L is terrible. You can't fit anything in that. The 1A5 you can fit some stuff in, guessing from its movement being reduced. And this one reduced the engine right down. So I can probably fit tons of weapons in that. But I guess it's super rare. Because I don't even remember encountering that. Alright, let's carry on with the travelling. All the way back when you were still using medium mechs. You dibs the Atlas back then, did you? No wonder I don't remember. Yeah, Alto says I've only seen 1 Raven 2 on a convoy mission. Yeah, and it's cool when you see these mechs that don't show up that often, isn't it? It's something to get excited over. Like, oh wow, I know that mech. I've piloted that mech. Right, nothing in the standard shop. Let's have a look in the black market. Come on, show us something cool. Gives us a Battlemaster 1G, a Dragon 1N, and a Vulcan 2T. Thanks, game. Thanks. Not really what I was hoping for. Could buy myself an improved SRM6. Why not? We've not spent any money in a while. Right, let's check out contracts. Oh, back then. Wow, that was ages ago, Grum. Sigh. I want to do missions against the Free Worlds League, not for them right now. Not really sure I want to keep doing more missions against the Capellans as well. Already the best I can take for them is a 3 skull. which is going to cause me problems because that's going to stop me from being able to do missions against the Free Worlds League in this area if I'm not careful. Ah, screw it. We'll do this. One more mission. It's a 5 skull. And we're in the lowlands. Yeah, so... Okay. Time for something completely different. So I'm hoping there'll actually be some cover here with it being in the lowlands. So I'm going to bring out a bunch of brawlers, I think. You're a brawler. You're a jumpy brawler. That'll be the Sense-a-Lot guy. You're not a brawler. Where are you? There he is! There he is! The short bow. Finally, the excuse I've been looking for to use the short bow. This is 5 skulls, so I'm probably going to end up regretting this. I'm taking a full lance of brawlers for a 5 skull mission that I'm going to get absolutely wrecked. Never mind. Now then, I think I'm probably going to have to take my best pilots out again. just in case stuff goes really wrong, since I'm taking a bit of a gimped setup as far as I'm concerned anyway. Ah, hold on. We can get Alto in instead. We can take one rookie along, so we'll stick Alto in the jumping Highlander 733P. Rylan has got to go in the short bow. Rylan is our resident missile expert. He's got to go in that. I've got Doyle in this Highlander, which is probably going to get shot to pieces. And then Grom in the Atlas, which he claims to have dibsed. So we'll give him a go in it. Right. This is going to be tough. I'm making my life hard by doing this. I swear. 5 skull mission. Nothing but brawlers. No indirect fire. No long range at all. Against this AI. It's going to be tough. Hey Rylan, how you doing? Yeah, you're getting the first outing of the short bow. I hope you don't die. This is a 5 skull mission. I was hoping for something a little bit easier to use it in, but I've just decided to throw caution to the wind. Change it up. I've done a bunch of missions where we were just spamming things with LRMs, taking the longbow and your Highlander out. So now I've completely switched up for brawlers. As long as I die for a good cause, says Rylan. Hopefully you won't die at all. Grom's welding his name onto the Atlas, apparently. That's one way of trying to make it yours. The other way is to just fill your cockpit with farts. No one else will want to go in there.
Command interface initiated.
Or just lick all of the controls. Right, so not really as much cover as I was hoping there'd be, is there? Oh god. I've got this huge stretch of openness to cross. And the trees are very patchy. If only this was a jungle environment, eh? Never mind. We will make do.
Confirmed. Got it.
Ryan says, I just pull the eject lever before using any mech Grom as soiled. Yeah, get yourself a whole new cockpit.
Acknowledged.
Well, then the last time it came up, you were purging them with fire, Rylan.
Heading out.
Okay, what have we got? 95, 70, 80. Okay, well, we're fighting Liao, so that 95 probably not going to be anything other than a Banshee. It's time to dive for cover, I think.
On my way. They've got a sensor lock on me.
Oh no, Ryland's been sensor locked. Ah. Can I actually get Doyle a line of sight? I think I might actually use that. Rather than just sprint straight into the trees. Let's go for a vigilance. And it is a Banshee. Banshee 3Q. Oh, yeah, the AC-20 armed one. Okay.
All weapons committed.
Standing by.
Okay, let's go that way around. Since I can't quite reach the cover. And I haven't got enough resolve for another vigilance. I don't see the point of shuffling forward a bit and shooting.
Reporting.
Alto, on the other hand, he's got jump jets. So I might just jump with him and shoot. Where can we go? He's not going to get anywhere near enough evasion out of that jump, so screw it. He will also sprint. Oh man, really? Still can't get in cover. Ah. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to reserve Doyle. We'll see what the AI does. Ah. The AI is an asshole. Just reserves.
Yes, Commander. Receiving you.
Alright, screw it.
Let's move.
Oh, now he crests the ridge.
Oh, Commander. I'm hit.
Crap! Did you see that? Oh my god. Comm system down. Grom in serious trouble. Hey, Catch. Are you sure you want this Atlas, Gromulus? This may be costing you your life.
What's the plan? Ready for orders. Roger that.
Well, we've already lost the comm system. Do I just eject him now and try to get through this mission with 3 mechs? Or do I play risky and keep him in the fight? Oh, man. Gromulus, you did call it, actually. He did say I'm dead earlier on. Oh, man. Well, I mean, there's nothing I can do at the moment because I moved you first, so you're going to have to just sit there and take it for at least one more round. Hopefully these guys can't actually get line of sight just yet, but man, this is bad. Right, okay, we're going to go Vigilance on Ryland. And time for some SRMs. 7 SRM4s firing the short bow for the first time. It's Ryland. No, we've unsteadied the Banshee. Oh no. No, it's alright. The Victor's shooting at Ryland. Good save, Ryland. Protect Grom.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Catch is screaming eject. Alto's like, no, it'll be fine. Hmm. Fine for who, Alto?
You have orders?
Alright, let's get Alto further forward. Where can I get to? Yes. Guess we'll go here. Where's that bear? Which is better? They're both the same. We'll go here then.
Firing
Jump jets. Like every time I can see on the camera the Atlas, I'm thinking, oh god, are they shooting at Grom? Are they shooting Grom? Oh no. Right, I'm gonna sprint Doyle. Form a wall, a protective barrier. Protect Grom's cockpit. Oh, Ryland has done a sterling job.
Receiving you.
At protecting Grom's Atlas there. What am I going to do? More vigilance and... what have we got? Warhammer, Victor, and an unstable Banshee. Well, let's make him even more unstable. Let's knock him down. The protective wall is working. They can't get to Grom.
Damage minimal.
Still working. All good.
Warning. Armor low.
I'm here.
Decision time. Oh wow, apparently I have a clear shot straight through the protective. Yeah, the wall is not quite complete. More like Trump's wall here, right? Not really a wall. Oh man. Do I eject? It's a tough choice because this is a 5-skull mission, so there's probably going to be another Lance. Having to kill this Lance with just 3 mechs. Grom, let's bear in mind, hasn't fired a single shot this mission. Grom says, "Fight, you coward! You're going to get killed, man." Yeah, the pain. Alto says, "Lol, the pain on your face." It's a tough choice, man, because I reckon I could maybe get through this with just a Lance of 3. Maybe. And the comm system is already gone from the head. That's already destroyed, so I'm not losing anything by ejecting Grom. But Grom is one of my own. I've only got 4 maxed out pilots, and on slow XP gain, it takes a long time to get one maxed out, so I'm going to preserve him. He's punching out.
Punching out.
There he goes. Well, that's the first outing for Grom in the Atlas that he dibsed. You might have died, man. I can't have you dying on me. Right, now what? I want to get an angle on that Banshee, that's what. since he's the closest to being finished.
No doubt it will be done.
No doubt it will be done. Also, I'm going to have to use my resolve. Oh yeah, I'm going to get a lot less resolve as well. That's another thing. Still, that comms unit was already gone, but I'm going to have to use my resolve on vigilance, is what I was going to say. Just for protection. Now, the danger for Grom is over, but let's just draw our attention to the fact that there are 2 assault mechs directly in my face. Like, either one of these could punch someone out of their cockpit. So, yeah, still in a very, very, very nasty situation. I have to back away a little bit, I guess. Man, I hope they don't punch Rylan out while this is happening.
All weapons committed.
Still, Rylan's got vigilance, so I'll be able to move him ahead of these 2 assault mechs next phase. Oh, apparently not. Not ahead of the Victor. What's the Victor doing? Oh, he's kicking Doyle. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. You can do that.
Armor breached. Internal damage.
Now, something is opened up. That's the left arm. That's got 2 SRM-6s in. Pain in the ass.
Commander.
Not as much of a pain in the ass as this is going to be for the Victor, though. As Rylan is going to maneuver and make the most of this situation. Because this Victor's fresh. He's got a painful punch. He's packing an AC-20. But his rear armour is currently exposed. So I'm going to go precision strike as well here. Just drill as much into that CT as possible. Rear CT. That can't have been fun for him. What's he got left? 50 internal hit points. Well, now then. Do I finish him with Doyle or Alto? I guess it's going to be Alto because he'll actually be able to get the position. Yep, it's going to be Alto.
I understand.
Again, I'm going to go for the precision strike. I know Alto's chances aren't amazing and I could probably just risk not going for a precision strike and still pull this off. I just don't want to take any chances at all. I need this mech to die. And that guarantees it. It's just
That would be a kill.
the amount of guns I've got, plus the machine guns. Alright, here we go. Another melee attack. Again, Doyle taking it. This is fine though. Doyle can't be killed, so if they want to keep punching him, I'm all good with that, as long as he's still got armor.
Warning. Armor low.
No, Atlases can't have jump jets, Grom. This is not vanilla, remember? Now what? Guess we need to try to finish off this Banshee before he causes any more trouble punching people.
All weapons committed.
There we go. It's him down. Right. Now we've got the numerical advantage all of a sudden. It's not this lance that I'm worried about though. It's whatever reinforcement lance gets sent at me. And to have to try to deal with that with just 3 brawlers is going to be challenging. And again, I could just recover the agent and run away. It's always an option. Well, there go those SRMs. I don't know if anyone remembers from the previous episode. There was a reason I only left normal SRMs in this mech. Because it's the one I tend to put Doyle in if I'm using brawlers. And he's often at the front getting smashed up. Didn't want to put any precious improved ones into it. Because I just know it's going to come right off. I do have an improved AC-20 though. We're about to lose that, I think.
Mech warrior injury.
Crikey. That's a leg gone.
Warning.
AC-20 arm's still got a little bit of armor on it.
Battletech operational. Engaging target.
Okay, we've opened the Warhammer up somewhere. I hope it was the center torso, which is what I was aiming for. Oh man, they're really going after Doyle here.
Armor low.
Again, I'm not too concerned because there's nothing that can't be replaced in that mech really. What's in the head? He's got a decent comm system, so that would be a pain in the arse to lose, but everything else is all right. Right. Oh man, we didn't open the CT up. We opened an arm up. Well, that's just useless. That's not what I wanted. See if Ryland can do a better job. Want to get this guy down because I'm worried about him outmaneuvering me and getting into the rear arc. But yeah, the short bow does the trick right there.
Reporting. Moving out. As you wish.
Nice. I assume that was a machine gun round hit the head there. Ouch.
Warning.
Still going after Doyle. So... Oh, he's overheating himself for that. So, the probably inevitable reinforcement lance that I'm going to have to face, I'm probably going to have to fight it with 2 mechs. I'm not sure I can even count this as a mech right now. This is half a mech. Right, okay. He's not shut down, though.
Standing by.
Let's get Ryland into the front arc.
Position confirmed.
And again, need quick kills here, so going precision strike.
Firing all weapons.
Good amount of that hit the center. It's not bad for missiles. And he got a head strike as well. I think that's the second pilot injury this guy's taken now. Oh man, I've only got 1 round of ammo left for the AC-20. Oh crap, they obviously blew off the leg that had 2 tons of ammo in it. They did. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Well, let's make it count.
Engaging target.
Suck on that, Highlander.
Enemy mech destroyed. AC-20 ammunition depleted.
Yep. So just just 1 leg and 2 SRM6s remaining on Doyle's Highlander now.
Roger.
No reinforcements have shown up yet.
Certainly.
Fingers crossed, I might be okay. Peg leg Doyle strikes back, says Catch.
Good to go.
Yeah. Right. Come on, please just end the mission. Don't send reinforcements. I can't deal with any right now.
The asset has been secured.
Yay! Oh, that's a relief. Whew, we got through it. Nobody died. Man, can you believe that though? Pretty much the first. I think it was the first shot of the game, was it? No, I fired 1 shot with my Highlander at the Banshee first, but yeah, the first time the enemy fired anyway, and just almost killing Ryland in not Ryland, almost killing Grom in 1. That I was very, very concerned. So we lost a +3 resolve comm system. That's irritating, but not as bad as it would have been if we'd have lost Grom. He's only out for 8 days. He punched out. Doyle's out for 16 days. Doyle's mech was absolutely trashed, but like I said, there was nothing we can't replace there. It was all good. It's all fine. Man, what a mission. Short, thankfully. Oh, no replacement comm system available. Could take some plus damage medium lasers, I suppose. Take a piece of that, and oh no, I don't want this. Don't want this. Rather have this than a piece of damn Banshee. Although it's tempting to take this, just we could give it Grom to hang up in his quarters as a trophy, a reminder of how close to death he came again. Yeah, we'll stick with that. I can actually use the medium laser. Grom says, I bet you anything I go into a coma. I don't think that can happen from an 8-day injury. I think you're all right. I think you've got nothing more serious than a stubbed toe or something. Or perhaps you just banged your head on your way out of the pod. Cash says, you're good, Sarge isn't around. Yeah, I hope Sarge is alright, actually. Maybe he had another doctor's appointment or something. I was a bit worried about him when he said he was having to have tests done. Well, we have some repairs to do. Let's start with the Atlas. Actually, let me just check my components, because I'm not sure I've got a spare comm system for that Atlas. Oh, I have. Good. I've just got one. That'll do, though. That's all I need. If you're wondering why I'm procrastinating, I'm considering putting some machine guns in this as well. No, I'll lose too much heat efficiency. Screw it. We'll stick with what we've got. And I don't really want to strip any more armor away than I already have. Taking a little bit off the legs and a bunch off the back. But I don't want to lose more. Right, once more I find myself repairing this Brawley Highlander. And again, I'm not putting any special SRM6s in this thing. Just always gets beaten up for some reason. Alright, we need ammo though. I lost 1 ton of SRM ammo. And was it 1 ton or 2 tons? Hold on. Yeah, 1 ton of SRM ammo, 2 tons of AC-20 ammo. And then we need a heatsink as well. I lost 2 heat sinks overall, 1 from the leg and then 1 from this torso. Yeah, good as new, that's fine. $8 days to repair that. That'll take a while. Okay. Was that the only mission in this location, though? I think I'm travelling yet again already, aren't I?
I'll let you know when that's done.
Right, who did I take? I took Alto out on that mission, so I'm just going to check his experience levels, see if we can buy him a new skill. Well, not a new skill, but a new point. Save. I'll save. I'll get more gunnery, I think. Right, yeah, so time to travel. Andermax. Assassination Martian. Against pirates. That might be worth doing. That's down there. Former Star League presence as well. 13 days away. Other option is going to Athna. That's a lunar world, so yeah, that's not really appealing to me too much right now. Just recently done lunar. Oh, there's Calcerain. I actually just go here because maybe I can get a mission from the Lyran Commonwealth against Marek instead, and then I won't have to worry too much about the Capellan rep. And maybe the first one I do will have a thug in it. So yeah, let's just travel there. It's only 13 days away. Rather than take an assassination mission contract against a faction I don't want to be fighting right now. It was against pirates. There's nothing that I want out of the pirates. I do want to see a thug out of the Free Worlds League. So Grom will be back in action by the time we arrive. Doyle won't be. That's fine. Sarge, you made it. I was just talking about you. I was saying I was worried about you. Are you all right? We almost lost Grom, by the way. You've just missed that. First shot fired by an enemy Banshee straight into the cockpit. I had to punch Grom out before he even fired a shot in the mission. No worries. Well, you're not a young man, you see. That's the thing. So when you're not here, I get worried about you. I'm sure you understand. Right, what's going on here? Do you know what? I don't remember seeing this event before. So, I'll read this out then. When a crowd of mech warriors return from shore leave, Alto trots over to you and Darius frowning. Commander, I was out drinking... I should do Alto's character voice, shouldn't I? Commander, I was out drinking when a stranger offered to buy the next round. Yeah, I'm not going to keep that up. He started asking about our company, but I could tell that he already knew about us. About you. He pauses, uncertain. Darius prods him. Go on, you're not in trouble yet. Well, yet. Cut to the end. Alto clears his throat. He provided a method for secure communication and offered to pay for information about any more contracts we take in the system. Ooh, okay. What should we go for? Spin your rival's fears into a negotiation advantage or feed the spy false information? I've never had this pop up before. I don't remember seeing this. So the black market option is out. I can't choose that, unfortunately. What do we reckon, chat? Which one should I go for? Grom says go for feeding false information. Alto says spin. Well... Alto's a traitor, says Grom. Is that right? Is that what it is? Well, since Alto is the character that's given me this this little event, I guess I'll go with Alto's suggestion, and we'll try spinning your rival's fears into a negotiation advantage. Let's give it a shot. Yay! You rest a hand on Alto's shoulder. You did the right thing by telling us. We'll take it from here. After he leaves, Darius speaks his mind. Honestly, I don't care if we've rattled a few cages here in Calcerane. You agree. Might help with closing more contracts while we're here if we're the big mech on the block. Later in the week, Darius reports that he's managed to turn this to his advantage by charging non-refundable negotiation fees just to present a contract to the company. I should try this more often. You gain 40,000 credits. C-bills, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, C-bills. So, yeah, that was a good result. Glad I went with Alto's suggestion there. We'll take that money. Every little helps. Let's visit the store. I wasn't trying to get him killed, Sarge. He moved into cover. Banshee crested the ridge, shot him straight in the cockpit with an AC-20. Not really sure what could be done about that. Trying to get him killed would have been if I'd have taken his suggestion that I kept him in the fight. That would have been trying to get him killed. The cockpit had one hit point. One single hit point after the AC-20 had hit it. And luckily for him, I ignored his advice of staying in the fight and just punched him out so that he could live. And we completed the mission with the 3 remaining pilots, no probs in the end. But that was thankfully there was only one Lance to fight. It would have been very different if there'd have been a reinforcement Lance, because Doyle's Highlander was smashed to pieces. All right, let's see what the contracts are. There's nothing I want to buy there. Hey, I'm not the wimp, Grom. You're the one that punched out. My character stayed in there and got shot to pieces. It's just a tactical move to keep you safe. Oh, here we go. This is the problem I was worried about running into, because now here's a contract, and this might have been against Marek, but I can't do it because my rep's too low with the Capellans right now. That's a massive pain in the arse. So I'm going to have to do some Capellan 3-skull missions just to wrap up a bit. Which is going to slow down my progress of finding a thug, unfortunately. But while we're here, let's earn some cash. Let's do this polar battle. I mean, the reason I came here is because it's got a Lyran Commonwealth presence, but unfortunately, there are no missions for them right now. Sarge says, don't forget what I said the other day about getting Grom killed. What was that? That I should try harder to get him killed? I don't remember. Right. Polar battle. 4-skull. Kind of tempted to just take the Brawlers out for another spin. Trying to decide who to use. I think I might take Halcyon. Doyle's out injured. I very nearly put Sarge in, but I thought no. I'm still concerned about... Oh, no, hold on. Actually, we'll take Minabu. He's in high spirits right now. Forgot about that. Yeah, I'm sitting Sarge out because, again, still concerned that he's going to get killed before I complete a thug. Okay, yeah, we're going with this. Brawlers again. I've had my fill of the LRM strategy for the time being. I feel like something different. And although that last mission was pretty brutal with the Brawlers, hopefully they won't all be that nasty. Oh, don't you worry, Sarge. That won't happen. I've got a contingency plan for such an eventuality. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though.
Command interface initiated.
Right.
Let's get to fighting.
It's not actually that bad a map for brawlers.
Coordinates
The issue I have with this, though, is it can be kind of difficult to make it to any cover in time.
position confirmed.
So I'm going to go this way around and just try to get into these trees. But it is always a challenge. I'm going to have to fight my way up this hill.
On the move. Moving out. I got a sensor trace. Aye, aye.
Okay, what do we see? 80-ton vehicle, 70-ton mech.
Waiting for orders. Got it.
Well, Ryland's made it to the tree line. That's good. What do we see over here? 60-ton mech and another 80-ton vehicle by the looks of it. Okay. All perfectly handleable so far.
On it. Ready for orders. How might I help?
Yeah, it was tense, that. You say that, Sarge, but I'd love to see you get through this many hours with only one pilot lost. I want to see videos, mate.
Time, let's do this. Standing by.
Right. It's time to go nuts with Ryland and the short bow. Oh yeah, Sarge. The first outing of the short bow was last mission. It's getting its second outing now. That's been pretty fun to use.
Acknowledged.
Here it is. I've got Ryland piloting it, obviously. I think we'll shoot this demolisher.
I copy.
Dirty Earth Captain. Hello, that's a new name I've not seen before. How you doing? He says, which do you like better, Rogue Tech or Extended 3025? I've only ever watched Rogue Tech. I've never bothered to play it. Personally, I don't mind watching it, but to me it doesn't really appeal because there's just too much thrown into it. I mean, I don't want to sound overly critical of it because I think it's a great mod. It's great that it exists and it definitely appeals to a lot of people. So it's good in that sense. But for me personally, I prefer this mod largely because it feels more like an expansion to the vanilla game. It doesn't mess about with loads of the mechanics or anything like that. And I like the vanilla game as it was, so I like that this doesn't change too much, but it does add a lot of content. So there are loads more mechs and chassis variants, loads more vehicles and things like that as well. The Lost Tech weapons are improved a little bit, so they're not overpowered, but they're not underpowered anymore as they are in vanilla. They're terrible. And yeah, it just, like I said, this just feels more like a true expansion to the game, whereas Rogue Tech is more of a complete overhaul of the game. Which, as I said, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That definitely appeals to a lot of people. It just doesn't appeal to me at the moment. Whereas this does, very much. I've played a lot of hours of this now. I've been playing it since it was first being worked on behind the scenes, and I like it a lot. I think it's a great addition. And it's just nice that there's another option out there, you know?
Heading out.
Because up until now, really, it's been Rogue Tech or, you know, nothing in terms of the major mods. So it's nice that there's another option for people.
Firing all weapons.
It's worth having a look. So if you see the link that Doylebot has brought up there, that's the link to the Nexus mods page for Battletech Extended 3025. Just have a read of the text and read what's coming in the future to this mod as well, because it's far from finished at this point. There's a lot more to come, and it's just going to get cooler and cooler. But rather than me just list it all off, because I know a lot of people here have heard me talk about that stuff over and over and over, but have a read of it yourself on the page. I think you might find it interesting to see what's coming. It's pretty cool.
Damage minimal. My armor's getting stripped off.
That demolisher needs to go. Unfortunately, I couldn't get anyone else line of sight to it, so I had to take down the quick draw instead, which is obviously far less of a threat. But Rylan was the only one that could get line of sight to that demolisher. Sadly, he is now paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking a couple of hits from the AC-20s. Oh, that's not good. Right torso is looking worse for wear.
Standing by.
Right, hopefully Grom can finish this off.
Now, let's see how you handle this.
I'll do it.
Move her down.
Yeah, so Samurai saying, yeah, Rogue Tech is an overhaul to bring the game to where HBS has stated they won't get it to, which is full clan insertion and the such. Yeah, and so I was going to say in relation to that, some of my favourite mechs, well, in fact, a lot of my favourite mechs are clan mechs. I do like the clan tech. Pretty awesome.
Yes, Commander.
So there's a mod that adds that in. I think is nice, but like I say, I don't play Rogue Tech, but I do watch it. So I'll watch other people play it just to see what's in it, really, and just because it's nice to see these other mechs here and there. So Baradul, for example, is probably the best known Battletech related streamer that I watch that plays Rogue Tech, but there are one or two others as well that I watch. Couple of American guys that I catch now and then for it. So yeah, I find it interesting to see all the crazy stuff that's in it, but for me, there are just too many changes to the mechanics that I don't really want in my game, and you can't really switch things off and on easily. There's just too much involved, so I just prefer to go, well, I'll just watch someone else play Rogue Tech. It's a lot less complicated. Do I see the Whisper? No, I do not. Hold on. Aha.
Reporting.
Let's make use of Alto's jump jets. Coming in very handy here.
Here we go.
I think we can afford to go for a precision strike here. Not that Alto's particularly good at it. He's at least got cool shot bonus, which is better than nothing. What's over here? No idea yet. Some kind of reinforcements though. Still. We've got an archer to deal with in the meantime. And they're never nice. One is centre torso down a bit, which is good. I've had to back off with Rylan because Rylan's taken far too much damage for now. Mostly thanks to that Demolisher smashing him up, unfortunately. But that still leaves me with 3 fairly healthy mechs that all hit very hard to smash this guy up with.
Inflicted some heavy damage. Damage is minor, Commander.
Well, he's very smartly trying to keep his distance from my brawlers, which is the right thing for him to be doing. I think I'm just going to chase him with Alto and his amazing jump jets. Right, let's go for vigilance, so he's got a bit of protection. And let's go for another terrible effort at the centre torso precision strike. That didn't look too bad. We've got a bunch of it in the centre there.
Solid connection on that one.
.41 hit points remaining on that guy's CT. Alright, let's see if Grom can finish this. It's going to be a tricky shot with AC-20s from that range. Oh, no, he's fine. It's absolutely fine. That's gunnery skill 10 for you.
Let's go. Tango is trash. Standing by.
Now, where can I get Ryland to? If I can sprint him to these trees here. Need to protect the right side, so we'll angle like that just in case. I don't think anything is going to get line of sight to him. Oh, look at all that evasion. Awesome.
They've got a sensor lock on.
It immediately sensor lock him as I'm getting excited about the evasion. Never mind. I'm glad I did angle him. After all that. So which one of their mechs has got sensor lock? I can't see any of them at the moment, so I guess it doesn't really matter. No point me sense locking that because I haven't got anybody that's got long range. So what I'm going to do instead is, I think I'll probably just straight up sprint Alto. Get him close to getting in those trees next time around. We'll go for a vigilance sprint though, so he's got a bit of protection.
Full speed ahead. Receiving you.
Ah, nice. Grom can reach the trees there. That's good. Okay, now we can see a bit clearer what's going on over here. So, I think that's Stalker number 2. I'm glad I gave Alto some protection there.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Yeah, because I think that's a Stalker or a Longbow, I suppose. But I think it was a Stalker because yeah, I swear I saw it shoot 2 large lasers. So I think that's a Stalker. We've got a Stalker here, another 85 tonner and an 80 tonner. Maybe the 80 tonner is the one with sensor lock. I guess we'll find out soon by seeing which one of those ends up moving next. Minnow Boo.
Standing by.
Sprint him to these trees, I think, as well. There.
Roger. Full speed.
Yeah, so it is the 80 tonner that had sensor lock. Oh, look. Another Stalker. Oh, man. Kind of scary amount of stuff to face here.
Commander. Good to go.
Actually going to move Ryland
Roger that.
and brace, keeping that left side facing towards the enemy for now. I certainly don't want to move him forward. There's no way Ryland should be the main target when he's the most damaged thing I've got. Although by the end of this round, maybe Alto will be the most damaged mech. We'll see. They have him sensor locked. Another Stalker. Wow, 3 Stalker 3Fs. Jesus. Oh man, I do not need this. Yeah, that's right. I have enough Stalkers. They're all in storage now, pretty much. Well, that was painful, wasn't it? And I can't jump into the trees. So, do I go for a vigilance sprint and end up there? But then he's going to take another round of shooting from these Stalkers because he's going to be right at the front. Oh, tough choices.
Awaiting orders.
I can't get him anywhere else though. Can't get him anywhere else, so he's going to have to do this. Sorry, Alto. Sorry, buddy. This is going to hurt. This might sting a little bit, but we've got to do it. There's nowhere else I can go apart from to run you away and into these trees, but that's no use. You've got no range.
Standing by.
Right. Time to start doing some damage, I think. So I'm going to go for a vigilance move with Grom, and we're going to unload into the face of this Stalker. 2 AC-20s. Let's opened him up. But where have we opened him? That's the question.
I'm wounded.
Oh no. Cockpit shot on Alto. Well, I did warn him it was going to sting a bit. Right. Minnow Boot. I think we'll do the same with Minnow Boot. Do a vigilance move where he's got some protection and unload everything we've got at this same Stalker.
Solid connection on that one.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Elite Scout. The awesome with the sensor lock. Don't really need to worry about taking him out now, though, since everybody's up close and personal.
Orders?
Okay, I'll keep Rylan angled carefully,
Heading out.
but he's fighting from the back now, which is good. I do love these longbows. Just gonna have another zoom in on the longbow. There we go. Look at those missile pods, and he's got extra ones on top as well. Right. So time to fire the short bow variant of the longbow at this stalker, hoping to rip off both torsos and make this guy a stick.
Firing. Full complement on enemy.
There he goes.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
I think that's that stalker out of guns. Another headshot on Alto. Oh, is this going to be a melee attack? Oh. Can't quite reach for the melee attack. Oh, that was close though. That was close. Well, their lead guy came off a lot worse than my lead guy. Alto weathered that pretty well. Weathered that storm with the 60% damage reduction. He's okay. He took a couple of pilot injuries, but not too much cockpit damage thanks to the damage mitigation. But what I can do with him now is jump him away. Oh no, that's... Is that in melee range of a stalker moving through trees? They don't move that far, do they? Hold on. Maybe I'll just sprint him to the back. Yeah, we'll just sprint him to start with. No, that's going to leave his rear facing. See, the problem I'm having is I can't quite reach him to jump to these... Can't quite reach to jump back to these trees. Screw it. We'll jump back there instead. We'll go for vigilance, so he's got a bit of protection, and then I can fire at something. Do I need to fire at this though? I mean, it's got no guns, but it is going to come and start headbutting us if I don't finish it off. So I guess I'll go for finishing it.
Yes, Commander.
You leave those precious Night Star parts alone, Sarge. Grom's fine. He's got an Atlas. Bjorn Holt. Hello. Nice to meet you. That's another new name. How you doing? It says, hey y'all, thought I'd pop by since I've been watching the YouTube videos. Oh, have you? Thank you very much. I appreciate your views. Hope you've been enjoying it.
Ready for orders.
Alright, let's go get stuck in with Grom. I don't really need two AC-20s to finish off that stalker, so I'm gonna shoot Grom at something different. I think I'll go for a precision strike on this guy, see if we can ruin his day. Hey, Diamond.
Scored a critical hit.
That hurt him pretty well. Still, would have been better if everything had hit the CT.
Good to go.
Right, minnow boot. Yes, let's keep this advance going.
Consider me there.
He's the last guy I've got. Who's going in phase 1? Oh, I still have Rylan, so maybe I'll be able to finish off that stalker with Rylan. So, thinking I'm going to fire at this guy again, see if maybe I can tear a torso off. Well, we've done it. Left torso's gone. Oh, CT's gone. Okay. Yeah, well, I was going to say, see if I can reduce this guy's firepower. I've reduced it quite a lot by killing him. That'll do nicely. Still going after Alto, aren't they? Determined to
My armor is
mess
peeling
him up.
away.
Well, they're going to have a hard job because he's going to be a slippery customer
Ready for orders.
to deal with those jump jets. Right, what am I going to do now? So I was thinking of just finishing this guy off with Rylan. Overkill. We've got the ammo. We've got the heat management. Yeah, we're going for the overkill. Full on. And the missiles keep coming. There we go. Down he goes.
One less target. Let's get this done.
Still shooting at Alto.
Reporting.
Got two perfectly
Major
good
armor loss.
assault mechs right in front here. Why are you not worrying about them?
Yes, Commander.
Okay, Alto's going to be just fine. He's got 10 armor left on the right torso. There's a lot of equipment in there. Only 37 left on the left. They're going to have a hard time getting to him if I just keep jumping away like this. So his job is done. He did a good job on the front line. Just going to brace him up there. Now they're picking on Rylan. The AI really focusing on my mechs that are already damaged. Oh, a headshot on Rylan. Oh, he's not going to be too pleased about that.
Receiving you.
Mr. Stalker. Right. Clearly the Stalker's by far the bigger threat. So we're going to be focusing on that now. The Awesome can wait. Bjorn says, "Hey Grom, lol, I feel like I've met you all already from the playthrough." Oh, that's good. Yeah, the regulars do get a lot of mentions. They're usually up to some shenanigans in the chat, particularly Grom and Sarge. Gotta keep an eye on those two.
Take that.
Commander.
Okay. And Rylan needs to send all his missiles straight at this Stalker. I think if I go for a precision strike here, I might just straight up kill this. Let's do that.
Copy.
That's got to work, right? And yes, we've done it. We've done it.
Mech destroyed.
I'm really pleased to see you actually, Bjorn Holt, because the whole reason that I have those YouTube videos up is in the hope that maybe eventually it will drive a little bit of traffic towards the Twitch stream. So I don't know how many other people it's brought in, but if you're the first, I'm glad it worked. And you're very welcome.
Hiring full complement on enemy.
The Earth Captain says, "I know not to go into Grom's mech unless you have a nose plug." That's probably about right. Yep. So Bjorn says, "Battletech is pretty much all I play nowadays. Still working through the campaign. Such a broken bunch of priority missions, but I've got history with my crew." It's a very fun game. I do like how you get attached to your pilots as well. Like that mission a bit ago that I think you probably missed. Maybe if you catch the rest of this episode on YouTube, you'll see. But Grom got shot in the cockpit down to 1 armor, and oh man, I was definitely worried. Alto was laughing at my facial expression apparently, because I was looking at it and go, "Oh man, what do I want to do here? Do I want to carry on keeping him in the fight, or do I want to just punch out and preserve him?" That was a nice headshot, by the way, Grom. Good finish on that guy.
Mission success.
And yeah, I punched him out in the end because I just didn't want to risk losing a 10-10-10-10 pilot. Yeah, 1 internal armor. That's right, Grom. Yeah, that like literally just 1 point left in that location. So yeah, that was a pretty scary situation. Bjorn says, great mod. I use like a dozen others and it doesn't break any of them or my save games. Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, I agree. I think it's been well thought out and well put together. And obviously the guy that kicked it off is Harry78. He's the main guy behind it. He's actually a friend of mine, so that's why I got access to it before everyone else. And also Just In Case is the other main guy that works on stuff with him. And I think they've both been doing a great job. I'm really looking forward to what's going to come in the future with it as well. There's some cool stuff in the pipeline. What to take here? Kind of thinking about taking that. We'll put it in for now. If I find something better, I can always swap it out. No, yeah, I'm going to stick with that. What should I take for mech parts, though? I guess I'll take a piece of Stalker 3F. It'll eventually become something I can sell, won't it? Right, that will do for now. And we got a piece of Awesome as well. Oh, and a plus 20 damage AC-20. It's obviously not the best AC-20 you can get, because you can get the one that does stability damage as well. But I'll take that. It'll do, in case we run out at some point. Yeah, the rest of the mech was pristine as well, Bjorn, because it was literally just a Banshee that was armed with a small laser and an AC-20, and it just fired the AC-20, single shot, straight into the cockpit. Completely fresh Atlas, but cockpit absolutely ruined, and I had to punch out. And the Atlas hadn't even fired a shot that mission. It was right at the beginning as well. It was brutal. Sarge says, Grom, notice how nice Doyle is being to you now after he almost let that Banshee kill you. What do you mean almost let that Banshee kill him? That was just random chance that he got shot like that. Right, what am I going to do now? Have we got any repairs to do? I don't think I did need to repair anything, actually. I think everyone was fine after that mission. Yep, everything's fine. Can I do any other contracts here? I've got this. Battle in the Badlands, 5 skull. It's against pirates as well. I guess I'll do it for the money. Then after that, I think I'm going to have to travel and start doing some 3 skull Liao contracts. Just get my rep up, because I'm not going to be able to get the thug otherwise, I don't think. I don't know. Let me just have a look at the star map. Maybe I'll try one more location here in case something comes up. No, there's not really any good places. I think almost everywhere I go, I'll be having to rely on Liao contracts to be fighting the Free Worlds League. I could try Almagordo before I head back into this area. It's only 3.5 though, but they're the next best thing in this territory. But what I'm banking on is I need the Lyran Commonwealth contracts to be against the Free Worlds League, just to give me a chance of bug parts. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay, but anyway, first things first. Let's do this last contract in this area. Badlands. I think I'm going to have to bring out the ranged mechs for this. I don't like brawling in barren environments, really. Also, need to bring out the hot environment pilots for sure. So we've got Catch. I'll, Got Halcyon. Everybody else injured. Alto's injured. Ryland's injured. Doyle's injured. Buzzkill's cold weather pilot. Man, is Shell actually getting a mission here? Wow, Shell is getting a mission. I just heard it from downstairs. She's yelling, hooray! She's just got in from work. Right, so let's get rid of all of these. And I want some long range stuff in for this fight for sure. Maybe I'll take the LRM longbow again. We'll take that. Actually, I'll switch those two around. What should I give Catch to play with? Guess he'll probably be going with the King Crab. So we'll give Halcyon that King Crab and Catch that King Crab. Okay, so we're back to the long range stuff. We're leaving the Harrylander at home again. But we'll take double LRMs instead. That should be fun. Oh, you gotta go, Grom. No worries, mate. I'll catch you next time. Thanks again. Dirty Earth Captain said, I think it would be nice to control 4 mechs and 4 vehicles on the same mission. Could be interesting. I don't think that's something that's going to happen, unfortunately. I mean, I would like... This is Fantasyland stuff. It's not going to happen. But I'd like to be able to play with 8 mechs at some point. Like, actually have 2 Lancers to play with. And then you could really go to town and have, you know, like some light mechs as your scouts, have a couple of medium brawlers in there, a couple of heavies, a couple of assaults, just really get a full spread of the different kind of chassis weights in the game. But I don't think it's designed for 8. It works pretty well as it is, you know. I like it as it is, but yeah, just in Fantasyland, that it would be nice if you could have more. Yeah, 2 Lancers. You could do a lot more with it, couldn't you? Right. So this is just a straight up battle, is it? I think. So I like to approach this map by going around behind these rocks and then popping out into these trees. That usually works best with faster stuff than I've got, but we'll give it a shot. See how close I can get.
Confirmed.
Actually, in light of what I've got, yeah, you see, I normally do that when I've got brawlers. I'm still thinking strategies that I'd use on vanilla, where I use a lot more brawlers. With these LRM mechs, I could probably just sit back here, can't I? And then just sense lock things with Catch instead. All right, let's move Catch there. Let's pick up the enemy. Yep, there we go. Let's position the other King Crab there, and we'll get the LRM mechs in the tree line here. Yeah, that should work. So Bjorn says, exactly, companies are supposed to have 3 Lancers, usually like a command, a fire support, or battle lance, and a strike or recon lance. That's pretty much how I try to set up my stuff anyway. Can't wait until I get onto the flashpoints. Yeah, it would certainly add so much to the game to be able to play with more Lancers, wouldn't it? It might end up getting a little bit too crazy for some people, I don't know, but I imagine with the way the Battletech community is, a lot of people would just love it. Like, I know I'd love it. I don't care how extra complicated it makes things, but I'm not sure the game is designed to handle that. We'll have to see. Maybe in the distant future, if we all keep supporting Harebrained and their expansions for Battletech, maybe one day they'll be able to do something like that. Or maybe a modder will be able to do it, who knows.
Commander.
Right, it's time for the LRM spam to begin. And the first thing I've shown up for the enemy is a Stalker 3H, which, as I'm always saying, is the scariest of the Stalkers in my opinion. So we definitely want to nail this guy. Shut up, Sarge. Dirty Earth Captain says, I believe it could happen, but would up the requirements on PCs. Yeah, that's probably true, isn't it?
All weapons, go.
And it makes more sense for them to make a game that most people can run. Not everyone has a NASA supercomputer in their home, do they?
Commander. Heading out.
Right. Shall we go for a precision strike with Halcyon? What's? I think his tactics is actually pretty terrible. So let's just fire normally. We're gonna knock this guy over anyhow if we hit with the ballistic. Did we just whiff both the AC-10s there, Halcyon? Yes, yes, you did. Okay. Bjorn says, yeah, the modders have been great. I have a bunch of good ones if you want to try them off cam. I honestly, at the moment, I'm happy just playing with things as they are, because obviously it's a lot of fiddling in between to like put some mods on and then I have to switch them off for the stream and stuff like that. If I wasn't streaming, then I'd probably play with a few more at this stage. But as it is, it's a lot less hassle to just leave things as they are.
Sensors locked on.
But it's nice this game doesn't require many resources. Yeah, I agree. And it makes it quite an easy one to stream as well. It's not that intensive. It's good. Turn-based games are pretty good for that. Like trying to get my frames down for streaming first-person shooters and stuff like that. Oh, man. Such a headache.
Firing all weapons.
The Division 2's coming out soon. I'm really hoping that my stuff is good enough to stream some of that, but I'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it's not going to be too intensive, but if I'm hardly getting any frames out of it, it's just going to be unplayable. But I'd love to be able to stream some of that game. Been looking forward to it. Are you laughing at the NASA supercomputer comment? When I was in school, now many years ago, it's just what we used to use to describe like a really awesome PC. If someone had like all the best stuff, they had a NASA supercomputer. These days, NASA probably don't have the best stuff, but back when I was a kid, NASA was like, "Oh wow, they've got amazing things."
I've got something.
This Stalker's taking quite a long time to go down, isn't he? It would have been a lot quicker if Halcyon hadn't whiffed those AC-10 shots and we'd knocked him flat on his back. Let's try again.
Locked on.
Right, he's definitely fallen over this time. Alto says now they have to go around to Elon's and play with his stuff. Yeah, that's probably true, isn't it, Alto? Elon Musk's got all the best toys now.
Light damage, Commander.
I want to finish off that
Commander?
stalker. He's actually really annoying.
I copy.
We'll deal with the awesome later. 30th says, my mates and I would say computer with a Harley engine attached. That would be one hell of a noisy computer. I'm not sure I'd want one of those under my desk. Let's go for venting some heat. And we'll keep up the barrage on this stalker until he goes down.
Reporting critical hit.
Bjorn says those Falcon rockets are pretty damn cool. I think a lot of people knew Corporation would break into space. I'm kind of glad it's Elon that's doing it. Yeah, Shell was watching some footage recently, weren't you, Shell, of them taking off and landing for their recent mission, whatever that was. I wasn't watching it. I've seen them take off and land before. That was impressive, but I don't sit there watching it happen over and over. Shell was, though. She was enjoying that.
Reporting. Critical hit.
It's pretty impressive stuff to be able to, you know, land those rockets, though.
Waiting for orders.
Imagine trying to build that in Kerbal Space Program, eh? Are we finally going to kill this stalker? No, apparently not. Not yet.
That hit something good.
Alto says they probably started it there. Just all of them playing on Kerbal. That's probably why they chose to not put pilots in it, isn't it? After many Kerbals were lost. Dirty Earth Captain says, Elon is awesome in my book. With the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, and he gave water filtration units to them. What, just gave them out for free? That's pretty nice.
Standing by. Roger that.
Right here.
Commander. Affirmative.
Just continuing to kite away from the enemy forces. This stalker has lasted way longer than I was hoping, but he's sitting there with 60% damage mitigation, just doing tiny amounts of damage to him at this stage. I think that's him stripped now, so I can definitely ignore him now. Yeah, we'll just leave him be. We'll start work on what's next. Probably that awesome, since that's the only thing I can see. That guy's got breaching shot. That's annoying. Oh, it's a 100-ton mech. I hadn't even taken that in. So, 100-ton mech with breaching shot that's firing missiles at me. Okay.
Standing by. Heading out. Targeting for an Alpha strike.
Nice, Alto.
What's up, Commander? Consider it done.
Let's try it. It's only 54%, but if I can get even one weapon in the CT, that'll make things a little bit quicker for taking down this awesome. Oh, don't worry, Bjorn. You might not have seen the stream from the other day, but this is a vast improvement on talking about the various revolting things that can be eaten. I don't know if that one's hit YouTube yet, but when it does, you'll know what I'm on about. This is a much more highbrow conversation than that. Don't you worry. I don't mind off topic, as long as the topic's interesting and it's not offending anyone. And this is not offending anyone, is it?
On my way.
Okay, I think it might be time for Catch to show them how it's done and actually put in some accurate precision strike shots into the CT here. Saying that. Oh, you did get most of it in. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, you got the job done. You got the job done. That's fine. Samurai says, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm deeply offended.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Samurai is upset by space.
Move on out.
You're not a flat earther, are you, Samurai? If you are, you know where the door is. Right. What am I doing here? Halcyon needs to lose some heat.
Mech destroyed.
Samurai says, I think I've proved my ability to think rationally by now. Yeah, you're fine, mate. Okay, now I've got a much needed opportunity to lose some heat because I can't see anything right now. But I'm fine with this. I kind of want to take out that 80-tonner next, just so that whatever this 100-tonner ends up being, I can afford to strip it down for parts.
Yes, Commander. Copy that.
Yeah, I like using different builds. Who was that? That was Bjorn. Yeah, I like using different builds because, as I've said many times, that there's no right or wrong way to play this game. If you're completing missions and nobody's dying and you're earning salvage, you know, you're not doing it wrong. And that's one of the things I love about Battletech. There are just so many ways of playing, and to be fair, MechWarrior Online as well. There's just a whole load of different builds you can go with that work. But yeah, this is a game that I like because, you know, when you play a game a lot, you do get bored of doing the same things over and over. And if I'm feeling like I'm starting to get a little bit bored with that play style, you can just completely switch it up, build your mechs differently, or just have different mechs that are built ready for that situation, and just play in a completely different way. And then it starts feeling fresher again, to me at least, anyway. So I like that. So I mean, today we've alternated between going for LRM craziness and then taking brawlers out for a spin, and a few episodes back, I'd been using PPCs and AC-10s for a long time before that. And I was having loads of fun with that because I did the whole of my Flashpoint playlist, the whole of that, what was that, 34 episodes of that. And I don't think I used a single PPC in the whole of that. So yeah, there's just so many different ways of playing.
Roger that.
Samurai says, I just got back to my keyboard. I was just being generally offended on principle. Careful, Samurai. You'll get re-nicknamed Snowflake Samurai. You wouldn't like that, would you? Oh dear. I like my chat. You're all nice in your own way.
Copy that.
Is that PPCs? Bjorn saying, I used to love them, but around mid-game they just seem so underpowered. Yeah, like, as I said, I've used them a lot in this playthrough, but generally speaking, right, I don't rate PPCs in this game very highly. They're great in MechWarrior Online. But yeah, in this game, I just feel like before they tweaked them and improved them, they were just too hot for the tonnage, and they don't do a great amount of damage for the heat either. And I just personally preferred to take 2 large lasers in place of 1 PPC. Even though the large lasers don't do any stability damage, you don't always actually need the stability damage, or you can get it from other things, you know. But since they've changed them and they put the sensor impairment ability in, and I think they dropped the heat of them a bit in the tweak a couple of patches ago, they're not as bad. I still don't think they're that amazing personally, but they are at least a viable option if you want to go with that play style now, which is good because I think everything should be viable one way or another in the game.
Lighting them up.
Yeah, the ERPPC, Dirty Earth Captain says, loves ERPPC. The ERPPC in this mod, like all the lost tech has been slightly tweaked, so it's not completely toilet now. I've actually been using a couple of ERPPCs on one of the Highlanders, the one that's named after the mod creator, so that's the Harry Lander. But I'm not using it at the moment. It did see a lot of use not so long ago in this campaign, and the tweak to the ERPPC is that they do 60 damage, so they get the plus 10 damage thing, and they also get the plus 30 stability damage as well. They are a bit hotter than standard PPCs still, but getting both bonuses that are possible for PPCs on that weapon makes them worthwhile. Obviously, ordinarily with standard PPCs, you either get the plus 10 damage or the plus 30 stability damage as your options. But it's nice that the ERs give you both. So, while I was waffling about all that stuff, we've seen that the 100-ton mech is an Atlas D. Only the 3rd we've ever seen in this playthrough. But they are scary, scary beasts. So I want to get this awesome finished as quickly as I can. And we'll do our best to salvage what we can from that Atlas, because I've only got 1 Atlas so far. I wouldn't mind having a second one available as an option. I can build in a different way.
Moving out.
Samurai saying, I'm a very delicate snowflake. Take care not to ruffle my unique shape and sheen. Right. I'm not going to fire. Actually, I want to, if I can, maneuver to get in the side arc of this guy. I'm just going to fire one one LRM launcher with Grom at this guy because he's already unsteady. I just need a little bit of damage to knock him down. And ideally, I'd like to be able to take as much salvage from this guy as possible. Oh, we've got a head hit as well, so that's good. So that's 2 pilot injuries. 1 for the knockdown, 1 for the head hit. That's good. And then he's going to get up again, and I'm going to aim to do that exact same thing all over. Just keep knocking him down.
Reporting major armor loss.
He's running himself a little bit hot there, isn't he? Right. Oh, catch is all done for the front line, I think, for now. Aha, awesome. So now I can get a side angle shot with Grom. And we will switch on all the LRMs for this one.
Confirmed.
Do the maximum stability damage that we can. Oh, I missed that comment, Alto. Yeah, that's worth mentioning, isn't it? Yeah, Alto's, I mean, I don't know how you want to see it. Brave, crazy, an idiot. You pick one. But yeah, he plays this game just using stock mechs only sometimes, which I think is insane. Personally, for me, a lot of the enjoyment comes from just building my own mech variants, you know, my own weapon loadouts. So it's not something that I'd ever really do as a playthrough, but it's certainly a different way of playing the game that's going to make things very interesting and very difficult for yourself if you just literally only restrict yourself to using stock builds. And I remember Alto told me about doing that ages ago. Man, that was months and months back you first mentioned doing that. And I think I called you nuts back then, didn't I? but yeah, you know, if you haven't thought of doing that, guys, and you want to give yourself an insane challenge, give that a try. Just play with nothing but stock mechs. What do I want to do now? Oh, let's try a luck at a headshot. It's only 13% chance. Very unlikely to occur. I'll try my luck. Oh, we got it! We got one! We got one! Okay, so...
Target's taking a critical hit.
Hold on. Hold on. He should be on 4 pilot injuries now. So, we got a headshot with Grom. We got a knockdown. Is that the second knockdown? And another headshot, so that's 4 injuries. If I let him stand up and then blow that leg off, he should be gone, right? Okay. Well, anyway, first things first. I'm just going to move Halcyon forward so he can take over the tanking, and we'll just brace him. Hey, Krang, how you doing? You missed yourself going out on your first mission. You didn't die though, and I think I did put you in the Atlas. That was right at the beginning of the session. If you watch the replay on Twitch or YouTube, you can catch your first outing. But yeah, I was very relieved you got through it without doing a Nexus. Right, so now I want to nail that leg. So, can catch, reach. Ah, wrong angle. Wrong angle. Can I get in the front arc? Can. Ah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That's just fine. And we'll go for that. I'm going to try and shoot this leg off. Cause another knockdown injury. And that should be this pilot dead, I think. Does, of course, involve actually hitting the leg catch. Oh, we got it. We got it. Right. So is that pilot incapacitated? All over. There we go. Hey, pilot incapacitated. Maximum salvage from the Atlas D. It's not very often we pull that off. I'll take it. Crank says, damn work interferes with my Battletech viewing. Yeah, catch it after, mate. You'll see yourself in action. Oh man, yeah, that is a good point, Bjorn. Yeah, oh man, the Thunderbolt, the stock Thunderbolt's got to be the most explodey mech in the game. Just that ammo in the center torso. And yeah, so if you're playing Alto's stock mech challenge, you're gonna have serious issues if you're fielding any Thunderbolts, aren't you? Oh, there are other mechs with CT ammo as well, aren't there? There's a whole bunch of them. Oh, Alto says, yeah, if you don't tweak ammo placements, it's extremely hard not to lose mechs and pilots. Thunder boom, says Bjorn. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, we can take 2 pieces of Atlas. We can't take the 3rd piece, but we've at least got a chance of rolling it if we're super, super lucky. And let's roll. What do we get? Crap. Okay, well, I'm still happy to take 2 pieces of Atlas D. That's a win. Bjorn says, I might just do it with the standard builds minus the CT ammo. You see, that's not doing the challenge properly then, is it? But, well, Alto, did you end up moving any ammo around, or did you like properly full-on hardcore it and just leave all the CT ammo where it is? He says the Shadowhawk's a death trap too. Yeah, that's right, Crank. Oh, Alto says he moved the ammo mostly. Yeah, I can't say I blame you for doing that. Like, there's hardcore mode, and then there's just full-on brain on the floor stupid. I think moving that CT ammo out is a must, isn't it? If you want to survive. Right, we were gonna travel, weren't we? After this, yeah. I've got to get my Liao rep up again. Massive sigh, because I want to get the Thug part, and I'm not gonna ever manage that if I can't take contracts for the Capellans against the Free Worlds League. So I need a 3 skull location. There will do. Jackamal. Let's see if there's a nearer one. Sax and a Max. Can I? Yeah, no, we'll... Actually, do I need a 2.5 skull location? Because if I go 3 skull, I might be finding 3.5 skull missions that I can't do because of the rep. Yeah, I think we'll go New Roland first. So that's 2.5 skull. Also has the bonus of being former Star League presence. Of course, I'm not going to be using the assault mechs for doing these lower level missions while I grind the rep up. I'll bring out mediums or heavies depending on what level of difficulty I'm doing and how brave I'm feeling. Pants on head mode, says Alto. Yeah. So that's leaving the ammo in the CT. That's pants on head mode. Yeah, I actually always put ammo in the legs, Bjorn. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it seems to do fine for me. It's not very often that you lose a leg. Or, well, let's rephrase that. On anything, you know, heavy and upwards, it's not very often that you lose a leg. So I find the legs are perfectly safe locations for the ammo. You can't get a chain explosion that blows both of your legs off in one go, so I don't see any danger to it. I prefer that than having it, you know, all over my torsos or in an arm. Dr. Murad wants to borrow Halcyon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's fine.
We've arrived at our
Alright, let's visit the store, see if we've got any lost tech. Mobabo? That's a new name. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the stream. It says legs are harder to hit than torso. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a safe place to put ammo. And again, I always used to put my ammo there in MechWarrior Online too. It's just the way it goes. I mean, what I'd usually do is you don't tend to put ammo in both legs in MechWarrior Online, because in that you can actually have the chain explosion and lose both your legs. But you put it in one leg, and that would be the leg that is going to be shielded the most, depending on which way around you're aiming to face yourself at the enemy. But yeah, most people, apart from lights, most pilots in MechWarrior Online will be shooting the main bulk of your mech anyway. That's not a problem. But in this game, I find it fine to put. I just fill up both legs with ammo. You know, maybe a couple of heat sinks if there's any slots spare, and I've never found that it's a problem for me. Okay, we've got missions we can do here. So I'm going to be taking the Liao contracts. Okay, this is that bug. So this, I think it's a display bug with the game, but it's still occurring because my rep, I'm only allowed to take 3 skill difficulty missions. I pointed this out on my Flashpoint playlist, but yeah, I'm only allowed 3 skill difficulty missions, but this is showing up as a 3.5. But I'm still allowed to do it. It's not grayed out. So I think it's a display issue that this is actually just a 3 skull mission, but it's showing half a skull extra for some strange reason. But anyway, let's have a look what our options are. We've got a battle in the Badlands, battle in the jungle. That'll be nice for a change, actually. And then that's a Tundra escort. And then what's that? Who's this against? Assassination against the Capellans. So we're going to skip on the Marek mission, because the aim of the game here is to grind up a bit of Liao rep, so I can afford to do some missions for them against the Free Worlds League. So we'll start off with this one. We'll do the battle in the jungle. It's a 2.5 skull. Now I don't know what the difficulty is going to be like at this level with the AI tweaks, because I'd already gotten past the kind of medium mech stage before the AI tweaks even came into the mod. So this could be interesting. Also, doing low-level missions is a good time for me to bring out some of my other pilots. So let's have a look. Halcyon definitely needs more XP. Let's bring Emperor Krang out as well. Let's get Alto. Oh, Alto's injured. Oh, damn it. Good time to level up Alto, but he's out. Right, we'll take Buzzkill instead then, because Catch is already maxed. And I need one more. One more, but I'm not going to take one of my maxed out pilots. Oh, Minobu's still got high spirits. Yeah, I should take Minobu then. Right, let's see. I think I'll take out my heavy stuff. Yeah, it's overkill to do 2.5 skull with heavies, but 1, it'll be quick. 2, it'll allow me to gauge the difficulty and see whether I can handle the next one by just taking medium mechs out. I probably will be able to, but for the time being, let's just take the heavies out for a spin. And so with the heavies, I've still got largely snipey setup. I do have a Stalker 4P with LRM-20s, right? So got Minobu with the Stalker. Actually, I'm gonna need someone that has coolant vent on that Stalker, so we'll swap Halcyon into that. So Minobu's now in the Orion. Krang is in a Marauder, and then we've got Buzzkill in the Black Knight, and he's got the sensor lock. Okay, and yeah, we'll go with that. That should be fine. Oh yeah, maybe you weren't here for that, Catch. Yeah, we got a new sub the other day, 2 days ago, Emperor Krang. So he's now joined the crew as a pilot. I think this is only his second mission, second outing for the mercenary outfit. Let's hope he doesn't die. He's already outlived Nexus. The quick death record has not been broken. Yeah, the Stalker 4P is brutal, Alto. It's great, isn't it? I mean, it's slow like all Stalkers, but you can fit a lot of firepower into it. I think at one stage on this playthrough, I might have had a full lance of them, or at least close to it.
Command interface initiated.
Oh, that's interesting, Bjorn. Hold on. Right, targets are over there. So Bjorn says, after looking it up, tabletop has it 11% on each leg from the front, 14% for the facing leg, and 5.5% for the other one from the side. Compare that to 14 to 16.6% for the torsos. So, yeah, it does seem like there's more chance of hitting the torso. So the legs are slightly safer locations for your ammo. At least if it follows the tabletop rules, which it might well do. Oh, you mean the... Oh, I see, Alto. You mean the Hunchback 4P. Yeah, I love the Hunchback 4P. That's one of my favourites. It's a great mech. And I've still got one of those in the mech bay, ready to go. Maybe I'll take that on the next low-level mission I do. Right. For now, though, we have a Demolisher to smash up. Let's get Buzzkill's 4 large lasers. Man, it feels like an eternity since I last used a Black Knight. I do think they're a cool looking mech. Look at that. Look at that. Look how badass the Black Knight is. I like all of these, to be honest. I think all of these mechs look cool. That's probably why I've kept them as my heavy lance. They're among my favourite heavy mechs in this mod. Right. What should we do next? We need to keep smashing that Demolisher up, really, don't we? Can't get lines of sight while in cover anymore, so I guess we'll move out of cover and just use distance as our protection.
Got it.
Get Minnow Boot on the job.
Affirmative.
Receiving you.
Good to go.
Let's see if Krang can get the finishing blow. Oh, great chances to hit. That is definitely possible. There he goes. Good kill.
Reporting. One less vehicle.
And the latest addition to the crew is taking no crap from that Demolisher. So this is destroy enemy vehicles. Okay, so we're not going to see any rare or interesting mechs, unfortunately. Since vehicles are on my mind at the moment, Harry has said that there are a lot more vehicles coming to the mod in the not too distant future as well. So keep your eyes out for the next update, because I think that might be when we start to see them.
Moving out.
Coordinates received.
Coordinates received.
It is go time.
Crank says no pressure and bow. Yeah, that is a well-deserved bow. Right, what are we up against? 260 tonners there, and that's a PPC carrier. Okay.
Standing by.
Well, as nasty as PPC carriers can be, I'm probably a lot more concerned about what these 60 tonners might turn out to be. SRM carriers being the scariest of the options. Alright, well that one's an AC2 Bulldog, so that's not actually too much of a concern. So I moved Buzzkill so he's got a line of sight to shoot this PPC carrier as well in case this turned out to be something not too scary. So since it's only a Bulldog, we're going to shoot the PPC carrier. Down it goes.
One for the scrap heap.
Catch says, so impressed with Harry's mod, crazy amount of updates. Yeah, he's been working really hard, and so are the other guys that are working on the mods that are part of this package. The mod community is pretty amazing.
Moving to position.
Mobabo says, I might have to play this again. Yeah, if you do, install Battletech Extended 3025 mod. I highly recommend it. It gives a whole new lease of life to this game. It just adds so many more mechs and variants and vehicles, and distributes their rarity according to lore as well. So some things are super rare and you really have to hunt around to find them. So if you're a bit of a completionist and you want to see or have one of everything, it will keep you going for a long time.
Piece of cake.
And there you go. Shell's brought the link up. You can click that; it'll take you straight through. Also, read about read the notes about what's coming in the future as well, because there's some really exciting stuff on the way. Yeah, the campaign was fun, wasn't it? I mean, I thought the campaign was decent, but since the Flashpoint expansion came out and you can just straight up play a career mode, that's all I do now. I absolutely love the career mode. It just lets me play the kind of sandbox Battletech experience that I always wanted from this game. So, you know, the story's nice, it's good to do, but once you've done it once, I don't really want to have to play through it again, even though I did when there were no other options. I did play through it a whole bunch, but now this career mode's an option. This is the way to go for me. Let's go for a precision strike on that LRM Bulldog. Just try and burn or melt, whatever you want to see it as, through the side. Kill it in one. There he goes.
Vehicle down.
Bjorn says, I was so happy to see the longbow, and man, fighting 3 archers across a lake is no joke. Oh, gee. Yeah, every time I run into, like, you know, multiple archers or archers coupled with other LRM mechs, I'm always complaining. Like, oh, this is so hard. It is really tough to deal with. Right, so we've killed everything, but the mission hasn't ended, so I guess there'll be some reinforcements somewhere, so I'm going to move up. There we go, we've got contacts. Now we've got some mechs. Good. And again, fingers crossed, I'm always holding on to hope that I'm going to see something rare that I've not seen before. And there are so many mechs that I haven't completed, I haven't even seen. So what have we got? A couple of 50-tonners. They're probably nothing new. Hunchback 4J. We've definitely seen that before. I don't think I have a whole one. Is that 2 Hunchback 4Js? It is. Now that's a bit of an error with the model here, but I'm just going to point it out just to be an asshole about things. But you might notice it's got 3 PPCs in that side torso. It's not actually armed with that. As you can see, this is the loadout. 5 medium lasers, 2 LRM-10s and a small laser. It's actually a very respectable loadout for a 50-ton mech. Pretty scary. But yeah, unfortunately the model for some reason shows up PPCs.
Good to go.
Right, let's go smash this hunchback. This guy's least protected. He's unsteady. Just taking 3 LRM-20s. Right, yeah, let's do a zoom. So this is the Marauder. I'm actually, I think the mod in general still uses the original Marauder. So somebody has done an updated Marauder model that you can put in if you like, but if you've seen that episode, I was really unimpressed with it. I've liked some of the other work the same guy's done, but his job on the new Marauder I thought was awful. He hadn't even coloured the cockpit. There's just loads of bits just look like bare plastic. So this is actually the old one. This is the original one, and it still looks fantastic to me. So I'm still using that Marauder. But should the new one ever get coloured in properly and finished, I will update to it. But until then, I have no interest in having that as part of my game. Especially not when this one looks just fine. The only downside to the original Marauder model is it doesn't show up in the mech lab properly, so there's no background picture for it in the mech lab, which is a shame, but I've lived without it for this long. I can live without it a bit longer, because the in-game model of it looks nice.
Got a sensor trace.
Three PPCs on a 50-tonner would be amazing, says Emperor Crank. Yeah, it's it'd be an amazing explosion. The mech would fire, instantly overheat, and then just explode. That'd be pretty funny. Oh look, what do you know? There's a Hunchback 4P. We were just talking about one of those earlier. Wow, so far all three of these mechs are Hunchbacks. What am I going to shoot at? I guess I'll shoot this guy. Who's this? Minobu. Might be worth me going for a precision strike with Minobu. Yeah, let's go. CT.
Here we go.
I don't know. We've not seen the fourth mech yet. It might turn out to be another one. Or it might just be a 3-mech Lance. Yeah, nothing's showing up on the scanners, so yeah, it might just be a 3-mech Lance.
Orders.
We'll see, though.
Affirmative.
I already own a Hunchback 4P, so yeah, let's just burn its CT off. Assassination Lance, Alto says. Yeah, could be. Maybe the other one's behind me somewhere, about to pop up. Right, so we've got this guy unstable. So I'm going to knock him down with all these LRM-20s. Buzzkill can take that. He's just fine. Right. Want to nail that guy that's knocked on the floor. We'll try and finish him with Minobu while he's downed. Good stuff. Nice clean kill there.
Hope we can salvage that.
And yeah, that confirms it. It is just a 3-mech Lance. There isn't another one hiding at the back anywhere. So, we'll just crack on with wrecking them then. There's nothing here that I'm precious about salvaging. Yeah, that's not really worth it. Crank hasn't even got cool shot bonus yet, so we'll just fire wildly and inaccurately, as all rookies tend to. There we go. Oh, he landed every shot. We'll give him that. That was good. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of medium mechs that I still want to see. I think there's the Whitworth, there's what was it called? Is it the Dervish? I've got some parts of, but not completed. There's a whole bunch of things. I'll be here forever if I try and remember and list them all.
Taking the shot.
And that's just the mediums, let alone everything else. Yeah, again, good shooting, Krang. You're doing well so far. Yeah, the Hunchback 4Gs scare the crap out of me as well, Bjorn. Every time I see them. Even when you're at the higher levels of the game and you've got bigger, badder mechs. Seeing a 4G with its AC-20, especially if it has breaching shot, is just scary as hell. Okay, we need to switch a PPC off now. Running a little bit hot. Actually, should I just move him into water? Can he reach water? He can reach water. Yeah, I might just do that, actually. Let's use distance as our potential protection. Does that allow me to fire everything? Yes, it does. Let's go for it. 2 out of 3 isn't bad.
Now that hit something good.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, those 4Gs. And then especially if you're at the early stage of the game and you've just got mediums or lights or whatever, and you see one of those, and because this mod, like the start of the game is dragged out more because of the, you know, starting out with light mechs and it being a bit more challenging. When you run into Hunchback 4G at that stage, you're like, oh crap. I need to leave now or I'm gonna die. It's pretty scary.
Orders?
Now, I was kind of hoping that guy would be dead at this point, but he's not. Well, I'll go for yeah, I don't need to do precision strike. He's got 22 hit points. I'll just fire 3 LRM-20s at him, and that should be the end of him. And it is.
One less target.
Yeah, that's right, Bjorn. He says, and 100-point headshots. Shiver. Yeah, every time. I'm constantly worried about brutal headshot deaths on my pilots. I've been really lucky. It hasn't happened yet. It's come close a few times.
Lots of armor.
But yeah, Nexus died from getting knocked down and then wrecked by an SRM carrier. He didn't actually die to a headshot, but he's my only death, obviously. But yeah, somehow I've managed to get through the rest of it without anyone dying to a headshot, which is a relief.
Roger.
But it's going to happen eventually, isn't it? Bound to happen someday. Gal says that's why you have backup pilots. And I've got a lot of backup pilots, thanks to the generosity of my subs. I've got plenty of subs to choose from for pilots.
Yeah. All weapons are go.
Right, all dead. And just in time too. That's got to be the first time in about 2 weeks that I've timed my stream well and finished a mission just as it's about right time to end the stream. Such a rare occurrence for me. Yay, I can actually get dinner without having to panic and rush before my next stream. Right, so yeah, I will be wrapping things up there, but I'm going to stay in this location and we'll do more of those low-level missions tomorrow. I think, judging from that, I can certainly afford to take my mediums out for a spin. So we'll do that for a bit of variation. It'll be nice to see some medium action after so many assaults have been used for so long. And of course, the reason we're doing it is because I want to grind up some Liao rep in order to be able to do the higher level missions against the Free Worlds League. That's the one, to complete a thug. So quite a big chain of quests required from my mercenary outfit just to get one piece of a mech that I want. but we'll get there in the end, and it's nice to have something to aim for. So for the salvage, I will just take that and that. That'll do. I'm not really interested in anything else. And I'll confirm that. But yeah, it's time for me to wrap up. So don't forget, I will be back tomorrow. So that's on Saturday with more Battletech, playing the Battletech Extended 3025 mod. And that kicks off at 3 PM UK time or 10 AM Eastern. If you're in the States or Canada or whatever. Hopefully some of you or all of you will come join me again for some more action. Hope you're enjoying stuff. And I am also back tonight in 2 hours time. So that'll be 9 PM UK time. It's time for some Friday night football. And by that, I mean football that the rest of the world plays, not American football. Sorry, America. So what you know is soccer and the rest of us know as football. I'll be playing Football Manager 2019 with the mighty Blythe Spartans, currently in the lowest playable football league in the game, and at the moment still sitting in top spot in our second season, ripe for promotion. And I think this will be probably the final session of Football Manager before I win promotion, or at least before I end the season. So either I'm going to get promoted this session or it's all going to go horribly wrong. Who knows? Let's find out. So yeah, that's in 2 hours time or 9 PM UK time, playing Football Manager 2019. Don't forget, I have a YouTube channel as well. And thanks for joining us today, Bjorn, who's been watching the videos on YouTube and come to join the stream. Really nice to have you along. Been fun chatting with you. But anyone else, if you want to check out the YouTube channel, it's channel_Doyle. And I have all my playlists, all my stream episodes go straight to the YouTube a couple of days after they air live on Twitch. So feel free to check that stuff out. And if you're watching this on YouTube already, don't forget, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what you thought, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks again, everybody. I've had a really great day. I hope you have too. I'll be back in a couple of hours. I'm out for now, and I'll see you next time.